If I could have seen the road ahead before I came undone, when I know my time is here, I will never see again. You told me that I found the truth, but you didn't tell me when. What is hope? Is it the road? What is time left behind? Today was the last day you will see. Today was the last day you will see. And today was the last day you will see. I can see it's going wrong, but I can't escape the past. Looking through the darkness at the bottom of the glass. Look ahead, is it the road? What is time if you're left behind? And today was the last day you will see. Now I look back and and today was the last day you will see. And nothing else matters. Today was the last day you will see. Did I end up here? My love's living now. You told me I could change the world, but can I change myself? If today was the last day you will see. Now I look back and if today was the last day you will see. And nothing else matters today. If today was the last day you will see. Today was the last day you will see.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tarnation TV. It's a YouTube channel and a website, and you are watching it. What are we doing tonight? We're at Talladega Nights. I'll just answer my own questions.
Yeah, well, you should.
Right.
You know what? You got this. I'm going to go for a quick smoke break. I'll be right back. You handle it.
Exactly. Talladega Nights Racing League season number 3 of the Shake and Bake series, and it is race number 4. And it is going to be a good one. We're getting started a little bit crunch time here just before the race. Some stuff was going down, so we pulled some things together, and currently happy hour. No, not happy hour. Qualifying is about to begin shortly, so we will head right to the driver introductions. And unfortunately, we got some news that Carolina Classics Racing League here in NASCAR Racing 2003 season, Pops passed away this morning. So carry on, Pops. We put a little video together for him, which we will watch after the driver introductions for the race. I put together the fastest video I could. We got word about this just about an hour ago. So
Yeah.
get the resources and get them going, and we made it happen. So stay tuned for a little video honoring Mr. John Snow.
Sounds like he had quite a contribution to the racing leagues.
They were around a long time. This interview I'm going to play with him. Shake and Bake series here at Talladega Nights was the first main event that started in September last year, 2022. And for the very first race, we asked Pops to just run a pace lap because he had something to do that day. But he came out, he jumped in the game, rode next to the pace car on the parade lap, and chatted with us for a couple minutes, and then pitted, retired, and he pitted and retired and had to go do what he did. But he was awesome enough to come out and do a little pace car driving with his own car, and that was really cool. So I pulled that clip, and that's what we put together. So stay tuned there. I'm going to call Jeff on the horn and see if we can get some driver intros going. That was the wrong button. That was the mute button. Jeffrey, this is the tower calling Jeffrey the 56. Over.
I am in the booth with you, Mr. Blaine.
Oh, we got to lock the windows, Brad.
I know. We barricaded the door, but I didn't think.
Yeah.
It turned out he was pretty slippery. He can get right through that window. I didn't think he could, so I owe you $20.
You owe me $21. But let me tell you, you guys are looking outside the booth or the tower, but it doesn't look like a window. But on the outside, it is a window, and I just popped right in. You didn't see me, did you?
No.
It's like that one-way mirror, two-way mirror.
It's magic. It's what we call magic here in North Carolina. Anyways, I assume we are live. Is that correct?
We are currently live on the internet machine. Yes.
All right, well, we are doing a little driver's meeting now. We did kind of forget that with a lot of things on our mind. It's been a sad day in the sim world, but we'll just discuss that in a minute. But I'm waiting for Bob to finish up, and we'll be ready here in a few minutes.
Awesome. Just let me know, and let me know, and then we'll come up there and do some driver intros.
All right, but sounds great. Thank you.
Right on.
Hello, everybody that's watching. You guys need to hire Tarnation TV. They're the best in the business. We have Seth Cole, which is another best in the business, driving tonight. So we're all
awesome.
a big, happy family in the sim world. I hope we all stick together and keep this game going and have a lot of fun with it. So, all right, guys, I'll be back.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Right on.
Yeah, if you want to hire Tarnation TV, do it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was going to say in the YouTube chat there, Bobby and Denny Carroll, Chris Elliott, everyone's got nothing but nice things to say about Pops. I never got a chance to meet him, but he doesn't have to. Obviously, sound like a heck of a guy, and sound like he'll be.
Because I raced with him
like
a
you
few
said, like
times.
just for making time for a new league that he's like, I'm busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, and he's like, but fine, I'll take 2 minutes out of my evening to drive a pace car lap around here to, for the inaugural race. Like that speaks volume about somebody too. Obviously, like if we're related to a league, but not fully in running it. So as you could imagine,
running it is completely crazy.
56 to the tower. 56 to the tower.
56. Welcome to the tower. The window is open.
I am going to bring you out of the tower and over and talk to the drivers.
Awesome. Let's do it. Driver introductions coming up right now.
The floor is yours, Mr. Blaine Donald.
Awesome. Live on Tarnation TV's YouTube channel, race number 4. So another awesome turnout. You guys make this a lot of fun. So again, I'll give the microphone back to Jeffrey and just say, Rest in peace to John Snow, aka CCR Pops, and we made a little video for him last minute scramble. So yeah, dedicate this race to John, and thanks everybody for showing up.
Thanks, Blaine. Yes, drivers. As you know, in the drivers meeting, we lost a great guy in the sim world. So if you'd like to say anything on his behalf during your intro, please do so. Audience, we're going to start with my great friend Pat McCarsky.
Good evening. Pat McCarsky, Brownsburg, Indiana, driving the Zero Dodge for Tarnation TV Turbo. Godspeed, Pops.
Gary Heiser, driving the number 3 GM Goodrich Chevrolet out of Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
Javier Negron, driving the number 4 car, Yahoo, Toyota. Godspeed, Pops, never met him. And God bless Jeff.
Brian Rawson, number 6 Valvoline Ford, Heath, Texas.
00 Kelly Causey from Lucedale, Mississippi, driving the ASA Mac Tools Chevrolet. Prayers for Pops' family.
Larry Wyndham, driving the 09 Black Hawk Down Chevrolet. Keep rocking in the free world.
Driving the number 12 Raise Hell Praise Dale on his birthday, 72 years old today. Gary Slingshot Mangus from Tallahassee, Florida. Rest in peace, Pops. God bless you and Godspeed.
Randy Wall from Huntsville, Alabama, driving 21 Alabama Crimson Tide Dodge. I want to do a shout out to my son Corey Wall, Zach, Debbie, Derek, Mike, and special shout out to Pops. He was one of the good ones. Rest in peace, buddy.
Greg Palmer out of Lewis, Delaware, driving a 22 Flaming Hooters. Godspeed, Pops. It was nice racing with you. And prayers goes out to Mr. Elliott, Jeff's father, Jeff and Chris's father.
Billy Elliser, driving the number 26 Flintstone Dodge.
Number 27, Bob Sire, a.k.a. Pumpkin, driving the number 27 Jegs Chevrolet, a.k.a. gonna miss you, Pops. Gonna miss your posts on Facebook about all that delicious food that you cooked.
Driving the 28 Mark Paglia from Gainesville, Georgia, the Motorcraft Wood Brothers Ford.
Number 29 from Youngstown, Ohio, Brian Wolf, driving the number, 29, Mercy Health Chevy Camaro. Rest in peace, Pops. You know, the sim racing community lost a legend today, and we send our prayers to you and your family. Want to say real quick, happy birthday to my little friend Cannon Hinnett. Would have been 8 years old tomorrow. Let's go get him, buddy. And big shout out to Mercy Health and my crew at the Little Greek.
Amen.
Amen. Jeff Goodpasser, driver number 33 SNHU Ford Mustang.
Rodney Sullins, Bentonville, Arkansas, driver of the number 38 Black Rifle Coffee Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. Prayers for Pops and the Ellis family.
Denny Carroll, driving a 41 Dodge. I'd like to shout out to my beautiful wife, my aunt and uncle in Florida, and to Pop's family. All of our prayers are with you.
Driving the 43 Bob Dixon from Macon, Georgia. Rest in peace, Pops.
Tom Dixon, number 45 Chevrolet Batman car from Byron, Georgia. Good luck, guys. And we're praying for Jeff's family, Dad's health, and Pop's family. And to Tracy and my friends, thanks for watching on Tarnation TV.
Alex Moe, Riverside, California, driving number 48B, Lowe's Chevrolet.
Ken Roberts, 55, driving the Mountain Dew Chevy, painted by RDS out of Wisconsin.
Jeffrey Elliott, driver to number 56, brand new Pennzoil ride, painted by Rodney Sullins from Mooresville, North Carolina. Guys, I want to thank you all for coming out here. This race I'm dedicating to my father and to Pops. I'm going to miss you, Pops. You were a great man and brought a lot to a lot of people. So you'll be well missed, brother, and I'll never forget you. Good luck, everybody.
Man.
Yeah, James Black from Shermansdale, Pennsylvania. Rest in peace, Pop. Jeff, I'm thinking of your father and your family at this time. I know it's going to be rough, but hey, we're here for you, bud. Wish the best.
Thank you.
63 Keith Bynum driving the Hubcap Annie Chevrolet Camaro. And I just pray for peace and love for God for all the families and anybody needing some of his love tonight and today.
Seth Cole, Nelliston, New York. Number 66 Hallmark International Chevrolet Camaro.
68 Outlaw, driving the Chevy Camaro. Happy birthday. Go ahead.
Craig Hagley out of Paducah, Kentucky, in the 82 McBee excavating hot rod Ford Mustang. I want to shout out to my son Lane, my buddy Kevin McBee for the sponsorship.
Number 85, Josh 2 from Dunn, North Carolina, in the Josh's Eggs Dodge, painted by Rodney Sullins.
Sean Dotson from Fenton, Michigan, driver of the number 91 Kogels and Fago, made in Michigan, Pontiac Trans Am.
Ulises Sandoval, driving the number 6 Toyota Camry, representing Gun Brothers Racing. Prayers to my friend's family.
Mike Mangialardi, Federal Way, Washington, driving the 029 Ford Mustang Black Hawk Down car. Shout out to my friends watching at the Rainier Room tonight, and good luck all.
Brian Lovell driving a 043 STP Chevy SS. Just want to send my thoughts and prayers to the Snow family and also the Elliott family. You know, God's always with you. Just never forget that.
Driving the 066 KD Huntsberry from Orrington, Maine. Yeah, thoughts and prayers goes out to Pops. He was a good driver, man. And the Elliott family, hey, prayers to you, everybody. Thanks for racing. Let's have a good race.
Nate Balsa driving the 079 ASPCA Chevrolet. Thoughts and prayers to the Snow family. Rest in peace.
Greg Lovell, driver to number 088 from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Thanks for the paint, Rodney. Good luck, guys.
Stephen Brandstetter from Ranelagh, Oklahoma, driving the 510 Shake and Bake Ford Mustang. Rest in peace, Pops.
John Godfrey driving the 711 LeJoy's Camaro. Good luck, everybody.
Michael Norman, driver of the 884 Chevrolet. Good luck, everybody.
Robert Breedlove driving a 931 Pepsi Camaro. Shout out to my granddaughter Summer watching. Thanks.
That is all. Thanks, guys, for being out here tonight. 40 cars strong. Blaine, I'd like to wrap anything up before I send you back to your beautiful tower or blimp.
I don't know if it's a tower or a blimp. Either way, thanks again, everybody, for showing up today. And I'll just say again, yeah, carry on, Pops. This race is for you, buddy.
Yep, he'll be missed, man.
Yeah, you'll be missed, Pops. We love you, man. Love you, Dad. Thanks, Blaine.
Call a good one, Blaine.
No problem. All in a day's work.
Peace and prayers, Joel.
And bless you.
I'm back in the saddle again. You still there, buddy?
Oh, I'm here. We're
I fixed that window.
Yeah, right. We put some bars up.
Yeah, we locked it down and everything. But yeah, a lot of drivers. Another full house tonight. Crammed right to the rafters. 2 broadcasters.
Love to see it.
40 drivers. Nobody else can fit into this server this evening. So that, yeah, you know, everybody sending out their thoughts to the, I always want to say to Pops, but his actual name was John Snow. So yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, man, you'll see in the, and I'll play it. Well, you know what? We can play it right now because these guys still got to qualify. This, yeah. I'll get rid of that screen. We'll talk about that later. I'll play the little video that we scrambled to make for Pops. And like I said, this was recorded from race number 1, season number 1 of this league starting in September last year, 2022. Pops is cool enough to come out and run with the pace car and chat with us a little bit. So here's about a 3-minute video. and we will let that play right about now. See you shortly.
Was there mention of a special parade lap they're going to do in honor of CCR Pops?
Yes, he is. Basically, we're going to do a full pace lap, and Pops is from CCR, which stands for Carolina Classics Racing, another league in this game, NASCAR Racing 2003. They've been around just as long as this game has, so almost 20 years, maybe even longer. We'll talk to Pops a bit more about this.
10-4, and I'll tell you what I'll do right now, actually.
Go grab him.
We'll pull up Jeffrey Elliott on the radio, and we'll see what he wants to do with this.
Gotcha. Jeffrey Elliott being one of the administrators of Talladega Nights. Jeffrey, are you here?
I am here. Can you hear me, sir?
We can hear you. We pulled you into the broadcasting booth.
Awesome. Nice to be here. How you doing, Blaine?
Not too bad. Sitting up here, we're focusing on Pops at the moment. Is he available to speak?
Brian Wolf, I believe, was going to bring him down here.
10-4. Cool. Okay, yeah, well, that's where we're going to go to next. So we're going to bring him down for you right now, and you guys can do what you do.
10-4.
Pops, welcome to the broadcast booth if you got a minute.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm up here. I'm at the pace car now.
10-4. All right,
I'm on the outside of it right now.
Jeffrey, we're going to let you take over the mics.
Can you hear me now?
He can.
All right, Pops, how you doing? This is Jeffrey, man. I want to say thank you so much for being our guest out here doing the pace lap for Talladega.
I appreciate you having me. I appreciate you having the CCR over here.
Yeah, we love CCR Racing. You guys are great friends of ours, and we want to welcome you again for coming out here and doing this for us, and thanks for your time and all your help during the first couple months of Talladega Nights, and that's why I wanted to invite you and these guys. I'll appreciate you. Thank you so much, buddy. You're a good friend.
Yes, sir. Sound like a winner.
10-4. Okay, you guys looks like you're going to take the green after.
Here we go. Good luck, guys. Green.
Bye. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thanks, Pops.
Yes, sir. Good luck, guys. Be patient.
Love that car.
CCR has been around at least as long as NASCAR Racing 2003 season. Not sure if they were actually involved in NASCAR 2002 season.
Oh, yeah, we were.
How long have you guys been operational?
Oh, since 1999.
Wow.
Yep.
So what, you guys started basically as a league in 99 playing which game?
Well, it started on the PlayStation, then we went from that to 2004 on the CD on the computer.
All right, there we go. Rest in peace, Mr. Pops.
Oh, yes.
And apologies to the race server. We forgot to retire our qualifying cars. But you know
tied up watching the video.
Yeah, we added a couple extra things at the broadcast last minute. So we'll put you in live replay here now. This is the happy hour session. Some new cars out here this evening. Some new paint jobs.
Absolutely. I just actually had to deck up just before the race when you were doing the drivers meeting. I'm like, you know what I didn't do? Update my my cars.
Oh, your cars, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some YouTube chatter going on here.
Step out of the booth for just one moment.
So yeah, YouTube chatter here while Brad's taking care of that. His mic has been muted, so something serious is going down over there on Brad's side of the room. I can't see him because there's a great big cubicle between us both. It's like a legitimate piece of cardboard. But yeah, in the chat there, Denny Carroll, Pops will be riding with me for the rest of my racing days, says Denny Carroll in the 41. I would imagine a lot of guys are going to be putting a number. I think Pops was number 70. I just cut that clip together and I cannot remember what it was. It 70? Can you remember from that clip, Brad?
I can't, but you know what I can do? I can go back on the internet machine here and take a peek.
I think he was running number 70 in at least in that race he was. I'd assume that he consistently ran same numbers, but
I'm not seeing it here on. But I think that sounds right. Sorry, I had to step out for my Uber Eats. Just showed up here with a plate full of burritos. So
nice.
I'll be munching softly with the mute button on.
Awesome. Yeah, Jeffrey Elliott in the YouTube chat. Miss and love you, Pops. And like I said, I can imagine a lot of guys now going forward. Any new paint jobs people put on their cars will probably have Pops' number on it.
I would expect so. And it sounds like there's nothing but mostly good praise. I'm sure you can't get along with everybody, but there was, there was a lot of like well-wishing and positive thoughts out there tonight. So that was nice to hear.
Yeah, it's neat to be part of a community so long. And in that interview, like a little bit of an interview that we were able to do with him, it was crazy how I asked him, I was like, well, how long has the league been around? Because 2003 is a game, but there was NASCAR 2002 season, NASCAR 2001? No, NASCAR 4, NASCAR 3. So I asked him that, and his mic sort of skipped a little bit, but he said, yeah, like we started in 1999 on the PlayStation, and then they moved to the computer to play NASCAR 3, NASCAR 4, NASCAR Racing Season 2002, and then, of course, NASCAR Racing 2003, which is what you're watching now. So coming in 99 on a console,
Oh, yeah, that's... I've been just trying to think, what would be like imagine the logistics of trying to run it on a console, being so much more limited than on a PC too, right?
Well, think about technology back in 1999. We didn't have, Discord or Skype or we had MSN Messenger, but it didn't have a chat feature, did it?
I don't. At some point it would, but when it did, I couldn't tell you.
Maybe they conference called each other.
Yeah, we'll just get it on the party line system. I don't.
Yeah,
I'd be curious to find out for people that were racing back then. Maybe we'll get some answers.
And you know what's even crazier? They used to broadcast the races.
In 99?
Maybe not 99, but in 2000, somehow people were broadcasting races, and I don't even know how they were doing it, because we're using software right now, which is the graphics on your screen currently are just happy hour numbers that are rolling across the top. They probably didn't have that ticker, but they definitely did not have what I'm using. It's called OBS. Online broadcasting software. It's open source, it's free, and I can make the broadcast look the way it does by using that software. In 1999, 2000, 2001, they didn't have this. So, and I don't know how they did it. And they also didn't have YouTube. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're eating your burrito. Sorry.
I'm agreeing with you. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's wild. I don't even know, man. The technology has come so far, so fast, and it's so easy now, if you understand sort of how it works, to stream live to Twitch and Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that. And it's crazy to think back then the guys were still somehow broadcasting this to a website that I wouldn't even know, because YouTube didn't stream live, but they just figured out how to do it, and it just evolved and evolved and evolved. And Pops was there at the start of it all, man, because like I said, PlayStation, they were a racing league on PlayStation, and then moved into the Papyrus games on the PC. I had IndyCar Racing, the first one, and that was 93. Old,
remember
worse than
playing that,
GoldenEye. Like the graphics were
steering
amazing.
with A and D.
But it had I used a joystick, but it had
that's right.
It did have all the physics in there. You know, like your tires would get hot and they would actually start to melt down, and then your car would get slippery in the corners because your tires were falling apart. You know, and it had all that in there. You could adjust your brake bias on the fly. In an IndyCar, you could do that. They had a knob that you could click a button to increase your brake bias, how much turbo you want to use, all this stuff.
Isn't that wild?
Currently going green, so we're going to grid
All right.
up, and we're going to retire.
Retire. All right. And we're going to go back to live, because I sometimes forget to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talladega Nights. Racing on the fastest track, Talladega Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine!
Fell to unacceptable level.
Unacceptable level. So I have been disconnected. I don't know why, man. Every time we try to start a race, we're back live again. That was Jeffrey Elliott doing the Grand Marshal duties. Gentlemen, drivers, start your engines. It seems to be, and I don't know why, because they didn't re-grid. But sometimes when I get in the car and I retire, it will, for some reason, it will crash. Excuse me. So that seems to be what happened. The game decided to crash. And I will.
That's weird, but it doesn't affect it on mine for some reason.
No, I think everybody's computer's a little bit different. And because this thing is so old, it just has its little bugs and its little quirks and stuff. So it's just a matter of me. Yeah, it's a matter of me just rebooting the tickers and then rebooting the game, and it'll be fine. The only thing the viewers will not see will be the pit crews. The pit road will look like it's completely empty, so there won't be any pit boxes. Other than that, the game runs the same.
Some YouTube chat asking what kind of the tacos burritos. You've got just like a beef and bean and some fresh chives from the garden and some cheese and some sour cream. So it's as delicious and as terrible for me as it sounds, but it's my cheat day. So No, I know you're laughing. I've been working out, so I've been trying to eat better.
So is it, guys are getting a little bit, dancing around out there. But yeah, so you're talking, you made the joke about Uber Eats, but you're talking about the wife brought that to you.
Oh yeah, no, she fully brought it down. I just thought maybe she was watching, she might see the humor in that. More than likely she doesn't, but either way, you know what, I'm prepared to gamble on that. Spice the thing up a little bit.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah, we had we've just been snacking all day, so we don't really eat meals. The 91 of Sean Johnson there in that black car I'm currently focused on. One of the newer drivers here at Talladega Nights, starting off in 20th position. Rodney Sullins is the leader of the pack, which he'd be number 38. Leading the pack around to the back. We're just going to start rapping now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't even know I could rhyme like this.
Yeah. Rodney, I don't know how I'm going to get this. Okay, so Rodney, this track was created and edited by a bunch of people, John Godfrey being one of them. Mm-hmm. And put a little Rodney Sullins Easter egg in the track, which I did not know about. So, yeah, I'm going to see if I can get it. I'm going to have to be far chase, and I'll drop the camera on the track when we come around out of turn 2. Over the turn 2 wall, there's a bunch of RVs on the hill, but there's a red one. There's a red one. I'll stop the camera. You see that red one?
Yep.
That is the 38 Black Rifle Racing RV, and Rodney said it's up here if you can see it. They put that in there as an Easter egg, like a little tip of the hat to Rodney and all the work that he does with the paint schemes. Currently looking at Jeffrey Elliott in the 56, rocking a brand new Pennzoil paint scheme painted by Rodney Sullins. But the little red motorhome out of turn 2 is rumored to be the Rodney fan club, and they tend to throw trash like beer cans and stuff at drivers they don't like. So now we know why we have so many wrecks coming out of turn 2.
That's it, right? Just a little banana peel.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom of the beer can that got warm.
Yeah. Steph Cole on the track here again in the 66 car. Fellow broadcaster over at Flat Out Racing Network. Starting up that high line. Gary Mingus following him. He's behind Brandstetter Palmer.
We're just looking at the back of the pack here. We've got, it was 3 wide. Now there's kind of a little bit all over. Yeah, still 3, but not any real big push at the back. I think everyone's just kind of holding back and waiting to see if anybody got the Saturday night jitters in the first few laps, because that's the place to be, as you seen last night in the truck races.
Wow, man, yeah. If anybody was watching Tarnation TV Turbo, it was a lot of fun. You can check that out on youtube.com/@Tarnation TV Turbo. It'll take you right to the Turbo channel. Currently, there's only one video up there, and that was the race from last night's truck series. I drove in it, and Brad sat shotgun with me, and we watched and it was a great race, man. Such a good race.
It was. Couple of close calls. You were back far enough to avoid most of the major. Actually, was your truck clean by the end of that?
Yeah. I got 11th. I qualified like 36th, and I got 11th.
That's impressive.
It would have been 9th, but we were 3 wide going across the line, so 9th turns into 11th pretty quick.
Well, that's it, yeah. When you're splitting thousands of a second, then absolutely.
And you're 5 abreast across the track, the lap, like we stayed in the same position. Nothing really changed. But I dropped 2 spots just because those guys nosed ahead of me and vice versa the lap before. But
everybody was just trying to push for that extra couple inches there.
Yeah, it's a game of inches. Lots of action in the YouTube chat. Chris Elliott in the number 9.
Is he not racing tonight?
On the YouTube chat. Is not racing this evening. Going green, great start. Keep it up, guys. Great field. Thanks, guys, for coming out. Nice podcast last night, Blaine. I guess he's talking about the Tarnation Turbo channel there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. Fellow league administrator, owner, CEO. I don't know what these guys like to be called, but
dude
they started
in charge.
this. Dude in charge. Dude who is responsible for this league. Because there's a bunch of dudes that are responsible for this. I was definitely not one of them. But they were nice enough to bring Tarnation TV on board with myself and Brian Wolf. Speaking of Brian Wolf, he is out here this evening also. Mentioned that it would be Cannon's birthday tomorrow. He would turn 8 years old tomorrow, which would be the 30th of April. And Brian running for the cause there. Cannon is always sitting shotgun with him. Currently in 37th. Brian likes to stay at the back of the pack. Looks like he's teamed up with Jeffrey Elliott there.
Yeah, I was watching just the back here, seeing everybody's racing nice back here. I was just focused on Ken Huntsberry. I think it was right. It's Ken, right? And the number 66?
66 is Seth Cole.
066 says Huntsberry, K. Huntsberry.
Oh, 066. Yes, you're right. There's 2 66s. Yep.
My mistake. Yeah, I'm not. I'm an uncultured swine. I need to learn. You have to say the 0, knucklehead. I get it.
Right. The rule in most of the leagues, too, is you wanted the 66, but it's already taken. Just put a 0 in front of it, but you don't need to put the 0 on the car.
I see.
Yeah. So if you want to run the number 3, but they won't let you run the number 3 because it's Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s number, just run the 03 or the 003, and you'll be fine.
But yeah, I know from the back of the pack here, everything looks pretty tidy. They've got a good line, some good push, and everyone's keeping it clean tonight. What's the fuel window at tonight? I forgot to check before.
They run. Oh, geez, I just focused on Gary Heiser, and we got cars into the fence. Multiple cars into the fence.
That's the whole middle pack.
Pat
They're
Makarski.
upside down. Who's
wow? Pat Makarski in the Tarnation TV Turbo sponsored car got absolutely thrown. I don't even know what that might have been. A game that might have been some game weirdness. We're going to focus
Randy
on
Waugh had to step out. I think that was him that was upside down. I'm not 100% certain, but you probably catch that in the replay. I thought I saw him upside down.
Wow.
I went back to see it, but that was chaotic, man.
The Pat Makarski throw. I don't know if you're watching the YouTube feed. In about 15 seconds,
yeah,
you'll
sorry,
see
I'm
it.
just watching it on the delay here right now.
It's it almost looks like a professional wrestling move.
Right off the top rope, the suplex. Oh, you know what? That reminds me of the luchador style with the Mexican wrestling with the mask. When they do it's a lot more acrobatic.
Yeah, that's the old Alabama Thunder Tornado Suplex, what they call that.
I thought I knew it, but I didn't want to risk looking like a fool calling it the wrong thing.
That was crazy, man. That unfortunately, that claimed a lot of drivers.
That was something fierce. Because look, back on the track around this point, you see someone was upside down. Oh, there's a lot of people that signed there.
Greg Lovell in the 088 got caught up in that too. He's way up there in the point standings. He's in the middle. What? Something happened down low because I was focused on Gary. Gary had to move.
Two things at once. Did we get to see what's happening here? I'm gonna be I'll be chewing a little bit here, so I'll let you do the replay.
Gary had to move a little bit, do a little bit of a checkup, which again, it just causes that accordion effect. And that sent, we can actually get this from a really cool camera if you want to see a couple cars go flying by. Yeah, that wrecked a lot of guys, unfortunately.
It looked like both those cars were on the same spot.
Yeah. Alex Moe's in it. Brian Lovell's in it. Huntsbury's in it. Rosen's in it. Randy Waugh's in it. These cars are wrecked. Absolutely demolished. Back to live racing. Ulysses Sandoval in the 96 car there coming off of pit road. He went into the pits in 22nd position. Currently we do have 4 retirees. The 21 of Randy Waugh. The 66 of Seth Cole, the 0 car of Pat Makarski, and the 088 of Greg Lovell are out. Let's see where some of those guys would have been. Currently, after 3 races, these are the official point standings. The column to the right in yellow is the total points for the season. The other 3 columns would be race 1, 2, and 3. That won't last long because there's 8 races. I won't have enough room on the screen, but for now, I'll put the first couple races up there. The blue numbers, provisional points. If driver couldn't make the race, they can call for provisional points. And the purple is the knockout provisional points, which drivers last week that attempted to qualify but didn't make it, they showed up, they still get paid. Randy, Negron, Doug Firth, Larry D, and Garland Oaks. Those are the drivers that tried to qualify for last week's race but did not make the cut. They still did get some points. So Greg Lovell, currently sitting overall in 2nd position after 3 races, has now been forced to retire from this race and almost last. Don't have current numbers on that. I can't see it actually, but it looks like he's going to be approximately 25th or maybe even 35th.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's going to be 35th because there's a lot of guys who started this race.
That sucks. You just never know.
Yeah, man.
Which
and there's nowhere to go. Yeah.
No, I mean, that was just, like I say, one of the instances where probably could have been solved with some side view mirrors. I know it's a little bit of a drag on the wind resistance, but
and that's the thing too. Sometimes you get such a pull on the draft. Sometimes it seems like it comes out of nowhere. You heard guys talking about it yesterday in the truck race that we were broadcasting on Tarnation TV Turbo, the secondary channel, of how all of a sudden you just seem like you're driving past people like they're parking it. but you just get the right run off the turn with the right push and the right draft, and it just seems to launch you sometimes. If that happens and you need to kind of burp the throttle a little bit to prevent from hitting the guy in front of you, depending how close the people are behind you, it just ends up into a domino effect. You know, you're all touching bumpers. Just somebody's, like I've said it before, there's going to be a kink in the chain.
Yeah, unfortunately, right? Just one of those unfortunate aspects of it, but I'm surprised that was only 4 out. Honestly, I thought that was going to be like north of 8 or 10, I thought.
And there's a lot of cars.
Airborne cars and the upside down. I thought that would have been more. I'm surprised 4 was all it was, I should say.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I'm just going to quickly run through all the cars in the field here. Everybody looks clean. So the damage repairs, I'll see Brian Ralston, he got caught in it. That car looks like they fixed the damage up pretty good. Same with Jeff. Craig falling to the back. The 079 Nate Balser. All these cars look clean, so it looks like the pit crews did their job, put these things back together the best they could.
Well, it's the body shop, right? They're pulling door dings and ripping off trunks and, you know, illegal modifications.
Bob has some roof damage and cut the trunk lid off, so that's illegal. He's lightening the car weight. He is now lighter, therefore faster. He will not pass post-race inspection.
I was going to say, it looked like one of the racers had a bit of a wobble in the tire, but I guess that's just the way the game looks. Sometimes you sit there kind of shimmying. I'm like, oh, someone's got a
that's a little bit of just a little bit of internet when they're in the turns. You'll see them, they will shimmy back and forth. Well, I guess we can do this from the back. We'll go through all the guys here. Here's Nate Balser, the 079. Brian Rosen, the number 6. I love that Valvoline paint scheme. There's another great one. It is, 56 Jeffrey Elliott. Brian Lovell in the 043. Michael Norman did not have a car. That's one of the team cars we run here during the team event. So that we put him in the 884. Mike Mangialardi in the 028. Outlaw driving a new car. That thing's slick. In the 68. Doug Firth. Jim Black in the 58. Ken Huntsbury in the 66. Ulysses Sandoval in the 96. Brian Wolf in the 29 with Ken and Hinnant. Keith Bynum in the 63. Javier Negron in the 4 Yahoo Camry. Sean Dotson in the 91. Jeff Goodpasser in the 33. Gary Slingshot Mingus in the number 1-2, the 12. Gary Heiser in the number 3. Bob Dixon, Mr. Factoids on his rear bumper there.
No.
Stay tuned after the race for some factoids. The 09 Larry Wyndham. Stephen Bransler in the 510. John Godfrey in the 711. Greg Palma in the 22. Robert Breedlove with a brand new car painted by Rodney Sullins in the 931. Danny Carroll in the 41. Kelly Causey in the 00. Billy Elliser in the 26. Mark Paglia in the 28. Ken Roberts in the 55. And Rodney is leading this pack still in the 38. Whew. And now they go green? Nope. Still yellow. Wait a second, what happened?
There was a little bump in the back of the pack about less than a minute ago. And somebody got knocked off the track, spun sideways.
They added another lap then.
Yeah, I was just chilling at the back here, watching all the goings on, and I didn't catch the exact minute, but it was, a little, didn't look like any major damage, but just kind of spun out.
You know, the best part of me going through all the drivers was I had the point standings on the screen covering it up the whole time.
Oh, I thought you were
you know what? We got one more lap. Let's do it again. Well, there's Alex Moe. We missed him last time, too. Josh, too. Some of these guys must have been in the pits. Yeah, it's funny when I'm staring at the game screen, but I forget about the broadcast screen, and I covered everybody up. with the current point standings. So, you know, maybe there's some guys that like studying points. You had a whole 5 minutes to do it. You're welcome.
Could be.
As long as the microphones are on.
Too, but
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, covering up these cool paint jobs. I mean, we're killing some time here on these extra caution flags. So I'm going to roll through all the cars again.
You do, right?
Yeah. Well, I had that timed out so perfect. Pace car left and then went right through the pits and came back out and grabbed them all again. So I apologize to the viewers. This is what the cars actually look like without being covered up by points tables. Maybe the pace car is actually out of the way this time. Yeah, that will happen. It doesn't happen very often, but if there is a car stopped on the track, they're like, we're not going green. Repeat, we are not going green. One more lap has been added. Then they'll have the guy will come back out.
Yeah, no,
we are green now.
Looked like it was just a little bit of a improper push and someone got turned around, but no major damage and everybody got back onto it. So here we go.
Just enough of a hiccup to there's a big space out going up here. There's a big look like there was another big checkup in the middle of the pack right there.
Yeah, no, we've got a line formed at the very back. We've got 82 shoving. Who is that?
Yeah, that back half of the field just had to get their stuff sorted out a little bit because they're kind of spread apart right now. Possible damage on some of the cars. Maybe some cars lost gears. I don't know if there's any transmission damage to some of those cars. Maybe they missed shift or something.
Perhaps, right? Just a little bit of enough of a physical damage to knock you in a mile or 2 an hour off your speed.
Yeah, I mean, for how hard Pat McCarskey's car got hit and tossed across the world in that yellow. Damage can happen. You can still run, but then you could turn into some like overheating problems. As the race progresses, transmission problems can arise from things like that too. It is moderate damage, but realistic damage is a whole different story. I think if it was realistic damage, most of the cars involved in that accident would not be on the track right now.
Well, that's probably a lot of it. When I first saw that, I'm like, amazing. That was only 4. I mean, again, I'd much rather see them finish with everybody intact. You know, don't get me wrong. It's fun to watch the wreck, but it's more fun to see more people out it makes for a better race.
And I think too that the moderate damage setting, especially on a super speedway like Talladega, it allows for more aggressive bump drafting, which is a lot of the fun of these tracks. So if it was realistic, you would not be able to hit guys as hard as you do.
No, that's true.
Breedlove to the top line. Yeah, I mean, you could really wallop guys with moderate damage on. And it does help in the big wrecks. I mean, those cars that got damaged will not be able to keep, they probably won't win the race. They won't be able to keep a top speed. But at least they'll still be able to run in a pack.
Right, yeah. We got number 68 in the Outlaw, and it's in the back of the pack right now. But you know what? He's still, it looks like he's heading off for a pit.
There's the 41 of Denny Carroll. Sorry, say again, did you say Outlaw in the 68 was pitting?
Yeah, it looked like he was pitting, and yeah, he's just stopping in right now. He was in the back of the pack there. I'm not sure what was going on exactly. I would just wandered in the back here, but
he's pitting, and he looks like he's throwing some tires on it.
It looks like there's some tires on it for sure. Maybe he was trying a different strategy and nothing working out. That line at the front is looking tidy. 7 deep, and it's, still super early in the race to say. Not even a quarter of the way through. But you love to see that. And then behind them too, right? It's like the, remember the movie, The Mighty Ducks, were doing the flying V. Yes. And they attacked the goalie because you couldn't see it coming, right? 5 on none. That's the way hockey works.
The flying V. Yes, that's exactly how hockey works.
Then you got that one really big, kind of like chubby guy on the team that's got a wicked slap shot, but he only gets like a 1 out of every 5 shots. So they just every time he misses 4, they just pass him the 5th one, and then they know he's going to score. They're going to punch a hole in the goalie.
Right.
Sorry, it's a little Canadian trivia. I mean, it's an American team, so maybe somebody's familiar with the Mighty Ducks, and I know this isn't hockey, but...
Well, wasn't like, I remember the Mighty Ducks movie came out, and then there was a team in the NHL. Like,
the movie came
Disney made the movie, and then Disney bought a team, and that team's been in there ever since. I think that's how it worked.
I think that was probably the idea. Like, hey, let's put this movie out and see what people think. And it's like, turns out people love it. And then they're like, okay, let's make a team.
And I was big push there for Dodson on the 3. Wow. Almost too big. They got a little squirrely. Robert Breedlove had to jump out of line. That puts them into 3-wide situation coming through turn 3 and 4 here.
Oh, we got some smacking at the back of the pile here. Number 85, J2 just
Yellow is up in the air.
Most of that. Yeah, if you go back here, it looks like Ken Huntsberry got knocked out. Not knocked out, sorry, but knocked around.
Okay. So these guys will drive around to the back straightaway. We'll focus on Huntsberry in the 066. Let's see exactly what happened back here. We'll find you a replay as to why the yellow.
We were talking before.
Yep.
Off the air when the video was playing for Pops, and I was just saying to you that it's funny when you can hear someone smiling through an audio clip or like on the phone. You could tell, like, that there's a cadence, there's a manner of inflection, of however you would say it, like that. It's just like, oh, you could just tell that he had a big grin on his face when he was doing that. And as much as it was for him being busy, like him to do that, that was like I say, for having never met the man, that made me smile. It made me chuckle just to hear him talk like that. His positivity was downright infectious. And so as much as it's sad all around, I mean, there's time will heal, but for me that was if anything, he brought more joy into the world just for being as positive as he was like that. I would guess it sounded like a pretty happy recording, and I would wish I had a chance to meet him.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was cool that he did that for the league too, because that's a big deal to have a guy, a veteran like that, come out, and he was only able to donate 5 minutes, but he did it. He sat down in the chair, fired the game up, and did it. We were just watching the replay of that accident there, and Negron actually, he drove that thing sideways and really kept that car clean.
Yeah, right. I was going to say there was some definite.
Everybody back there did really well. It was just a little bit of a lane drift between Negron and Mingus, and they just they barely tapped each other, and they both kind of did a slow slide, and nobody got major damage in that incident. So that was good driving on all angles.
Right.
Toyota Camry of Javier Negron.
YouTube chatter. We have Summers cheering on Grandpa, who's racing. I guess that was who said they were racing for their granddaughter tonight. I can't recall at this moment now. In the driver intro, I heard it, but anyway, it sounds like
40 drivers. Yeah.
Yeah, no, right, I forget who it was, but it looks Summers cheering on Grandpa, and Bob's in there chatting about. Yeah, he sees the wobble on 27 too. After that, the little bit of the collision there, and Slingshot just answered. Yes, all I see is the point. Okay, yeah, we were talking about the points, and Bob jumped in about the Anaheim Ducks. Yes, of course, the movie was the Mighty Ducks, but yes, the Anaheim Ducks is in fact the proper name. I remember that was right around, what was that, 92, 93?
Well, I love the name. Like, every hockey team is city and then the word, right? So Chicago Blackhawks, Toronto Maple Leafs. Leafs isn't even a word. Montreal Canadiens, Vancouver Canucks, Seattle Kraken, Los Angeles Kings. But it was never the Anaheim Ducks. It was always the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Remember?
Did they change
They always said it different. Yeah, they always, like, it wasn't the New York Rangers, the New York Islanders, the Boston Bruins, and the Anaheim Ducks. It was the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. But then they've recently changed their name to the Anaheim Ducks.
That would make more sense, because you know what? If you're riding that wave of popularity and everybody can relate to it. And like these are the Mighty Ducks and fantastic. The underdogs everyone's rooting for, that would carry some big name recognition with it.
Mm-hmm.
And until they were obviously more than big enough to stand on their own and a more than capable hockey team. But I remember as a kid when they first announced the farm team, or not the farm team, sorry, the new expansion team. Much at the time for any expansion team in the early 90s hockey, which was largely, they're going to suck for many, many years. Because they don't have anybody good on their team. They got to build up and start from scratch, right? But Anaheim really pulled it together.
But look at that team,
faster
though.
than I thought they would have.
Yeah. You had Timo Solani and Paul Correa, and those are just two of the names that come to mind, and they're legends.
Right.
You know, it's just one of those teams. It was the same thing that happened when the Nordique moved to Colorado. You had Sundin, Joe Sakic, Patrick Forsberg, like you had all the Patrick Waugh, all these guys, you know. It was a crazy team they had, winning cups. Like, where does that come? And that wasn't really an expansion team. That was more of a team moving from
that was more of
Quebec,
a relocation.
Nordique. Yeah.
But, I mean, that being said, the Nordiques were nothing to write home about for the longest time, so that move did them good, whether it was a change of scenery, change of coach. They got a couple big-name players on there, but anyways, we're babbling about hockey in the middle of a race. We should be getting back to pretty close to green here.
Lights are still on, so...
In the chat, we've got Garland saying they changed the name when Disney sold the team.
Makes sense.
See, I was unaware I haven't been following hockey as much as I once did, so I'm out of it. But it's okay. That totally tracks then.
Yeah, and I knew that Disney had it, and that was the reason. And then I'm like, they did a whole complete rebranding. They got rid of the purple. They got rid of all that stuff. They still wear the vintage jerseys sometimes, but that makes total sense. Thank you, Mr. Oakes.
My favorite jersey of all time, I would love to get, still off topic of racing, but I would love to pick up a Hartford Whalers jersey. I don't know what it is about the blue and the green. I mean, I'm mostly Vancouver born, so as much as I have to root for those losers, the Canucks, if I could, my all-time favorite jersey from past to present would be Hartford Whalers. Just the blue and the green with the white outline. Something so clean about that, and I don't know.
What about the Minnesota North Stars?
Minnesota North Stars too. You know what? I have no real affiliation with Hartford or Minnesota. Those are two. But yeah, Whalers for me in a heartbeat.
You know the first game. A little bit of a wobble there. Bob Dixon getting out of line a little bit. You know the first hockey game I ever went to, professional hockey game?
No.
Vancouver Canucks versus the Hartford Whalers, bro.
Oh my!
I still have the ticket stub. My dad and I were halfway to the Coliseum, and he forgot the tickets. We had to turn around and go back. We got to the rink halfway through the first, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, I still have the ticket stub. Hartford Whalers versus Vancouver Canucks in the Pacific Coliseum. So that team doesn't exist anymore. There's no more Whalers, and that rink doesn't exist anymore because now they're in GM Place.
Yep. Oh, that rink still exists, though. The Coliseum is still there.
Right, but they don't play hockey, like National Hockey League doesn't play there anymore, right?
They play in WHL in there.
Right.
Vancouver Giants, I believe.
Yeah, it was a cool
trivia you tuned in for some racing, and we're giving you some hockey. But hey, it's a multicultural event. We got some Eskimo, and also we can't say that north of the border. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Oh, you mean the Inuit people of the north?
Yeah, that's the word. That's the correct.
See, because
that's what I'm looking for.
That was the thing. The Edmonton, if we're talking football, the Canadian Football League only got like 7 teams, which makes no sense because it's not an even number, but it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. We used to have 2 Canadian football teams, and they were both called the Red Blacks. Makes no sense. All the words in the English language, you got the Ottawa Red Blacks and was it the Renegades because they changed their name to the Red Blacks. I can't remember. It's like you got 2 teams named Renegades. Like, come on, guys. Call one of them
now how many
Blue Walls or something, or the Sunoco signs or
Rough
something.
Riders?
Oh wait, was it 2 Rough Riders
teams?
teams? That's what it was. That's what it was.
Out of 7 teams, like.
No, out of a billion words in the English language, we had 2 teams called the Rough Riders, and we have 7 teams in the league. And Edmonton had to change their name because they were the Edmonton Eskimos.
Yeah,
Brian Wolf yielding.
Green.
Brian Wolf leading the pack back to the green flag, but he moved over. So he must be damaged and off pace.
Could be. I'm just sitting here watching the cockpit view of Mr. Jeff Elliott, aka the boss man, and seeing what's going on through his windshield. And it's amazing in this view, with all the roll bars and all the other junk on the back of the windshield, you cannot see a whole lot out of there.
No, most guys won't race in cockpit. Some guys do.
No, and that's fair. I was just switching the cameras, just getting an idea, going for a ride with the number 56 and seeing.
Do you
what
want to
it's
jump
like.
inside a car and go for a ride on Crank It Up?
You know what? I think we probably should. Let's.
Who are you digging? Pick
Let's
a car.
give
We'll go
these kind
cockpit
folks a
here.
break from us and let them listen to some racing.
Who do you want to roll with here, cockpit style?
Let's see. Let's mix it up. Who haven't? I'm just trying to think. I'm gonna pull up the helicopter camera here and see who we haven't.
Yeah, pick a
before.
driver
I'm
name.
sure
We'll
we haven't
follow
done
a
with
guy.
a lot of people, but anybody new to the league that we should.
You want brand spanking new?
Yeah. Why don't we? Well, new
There's
or
3 or 4
just-
guys.
Yeah. You know what? Mix it up. Dealer's choice.
Let's do the number 6
All right.
of Brian Rosen. We'll do a Crank It Up and we'll follow Brian around for a little while.
Sounds good, buddy.
So if you got some volume knobs on your home theater system, turn them up because we're going to be quiet.
Crank it up.
Sure, that'll be awesome. Whoever you want to send, let her rip.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for driver interviews here. Yeah, it's Jeffrey Elliott's going to send us a guy. We've been jibber-jabbering long enough. Let's talk to one of the drivers. Michael Norman. Good evening, sir. How are you this evening live on Tarnation TV?
I could be doing better, but I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, you know, it's exciting to watch this thing, man. There's been some absolutely catastrophic accidents out there this evening. Have you been able to avoid them?
First one, not so much, happened in front of me here. This time I avoided it pretty good, but I locked up and kind of spun and nosed it into the wall. So I'm hoping I'm going to do pretty good and there's not too much damage to repair on this one.
Yeah, I guess if there's no hammers, I mean, we're always waiting for the hammers to come out, especially with front end damage. So we're riding with you, so we're gonna find it out right now if they bring the hammers out. But how did you find the league, man? Or did Jeffrey just abduct you like he did half these other guys?
No, actually, I do a little bit of broadcasting myself with one of the racers that races in here, Seth Cole. He
sweet.
He races this race, and I happen to watch him because he likes to show his point of view out. And I had a Saturday night off work, so I thought maybe I'd give it a shot.
Awesome.
That's great, man. Yeah, we watch Seth all the time, and I have heard a bunch of people with him. He kind of has a revolving door of co-hosts, so nice to talk to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Nice to talk to you, too.
So what's the plan out there? You got full service, ready to rock and roll? Obviously, you're going to try to find Seth? He's out.
I would say I would if he was still out there, but right now...
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He was involved in that
Earlier.
catastrophe right at the start of the race where cars were flying over the fence.
Yeah, I unfortunately got caught up in that one, too, trying to avoid, but... you know, my goal now after just getting a black flag here is to just try to survive. That's going to be the ultimate goal.
Yeah, and hopefully that front end damage doesn't cause you too many issues. I guess if you can get in the pack, though, that usually helps out with the aerodynamics. I mean, some guys are still running around out here with no trunk lid.
Oh yeah, and I'm not going to be in the middle of that. They didn't turn my engine off, so I still got the engine power. It's just going to all come down to the aero.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for joining us up here tonight. And yeah, look, that's going to be a lot of fun watching you out there. So that, yeah, good luck the rest of the race and keep it between the stripes.
Definitely will try. Thank you, guys.
For sure.
Have a
Any
good race.
shout-outs for anyone there?
Oh, honestly, just shout out to Seth for getting me to race in this league. Shout out to the boys here for letting me race. It was a very last-minute thing. And I hope to do proud here.
Awesome. No, it's always good to have new drivers out, and I don't know, was tonight, Blaine, was there qualifying to get into the race, or was it just enough to fill the seats?
There was just enough to fill the seats.
That's awesome. You know, obviously it's always good to see, more people turn out, but I'm glad nobody got bumped tonight, and just enough to, full roster. How about that?
Well, thanks, Michael, man. I want
fun.
to bring you down here to introduce you to Tarnation TV, the two baddest guys on the mic. So I'm glad you're out here, man. Make the best of it. It's been a crazy night for sure, man, but thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Michael. Good luck.
Yeah, best luck. I was reading the YouTube chatter here. Angela also was saying that the 079 rides cockpit style, which during the Crank It Up,
man, I don't know how he does it.
You was like, that's like doing it on expert mode.
It is
because you don't have. I mean, it is. That's the ultimate simulation, right?
Hey, gentlemen, I snagged another guy for you, Mr. Alex Moe's in the house.
Hey,
Alex Moe,
good
the
to have
one
you,
and
Alex.
only.
Hey, am I up in the booth?
You are up in the booth, man. How's the night going? Have you got caught in any of those deals?
Yeah, the night ain't going too great so far. They had that first wreck there, the 45, Tom Dixon didn't hit the brakes, took out Jeffrey, me. My car was fine, and then another car that got collected in that wreck landed on top of me and kind of gave me some serious engine damage. So,
wow.
As of now, I'm just running for points. There's really not much more I can do. Can't really keep the draft, so hopefully let these other guys wreck out and salvage some points at the end.
Yeah, speaking of points, we got your stats up on screen here. Currently sitting 4th overall after 3 races with 448 points. And last season, currently sitting in 4th. Last season, you finished in 18th overall. So you're off to a roaring start. Obviously, maybe not so much in this race, but the first 3, you're hitting home runs.
Yeah, this race won't help it. But last season, I didn't run a full season. This season, at least in this Saturday night series, I don't know about the Friday night, but the Saturday night series, I'm going to try to run the full season for points and see what I can do. Maybe get myself a championship. But yeah, as you said, this so far, where I'm at in this race, it's not going to help.
Right. Yeah, but like you said too, I guess you're trying to avoid cars on the track, but when they start falling out of the sky, there's nothing really you can do about that, eh?
Yeah, someone fell right on top of me. There's not much I can do about that.
That's some bad luck right there.
That's some skill for those guys that were flying. I mean, these cars are meant to be driven on the ground, but
Yeah, Brad, it's just a luck thing right there. I mean, it's just a game. It's just racing. There's not much I can do. But like I said, I'm just going to try to salvage what I can here and see how we do. So.
Right on, Alex. Well, yeah, thanks for chatting with us as always, and best of luck to you. And yeah, get to the end and collect some well needed points.
Yeah, that's the plan. Appreciate it, guys. Take care of it.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Alex Pack Moe in the 48 Lowe's Mobile. His stats on screen there. He's definitely off to a great start this season.
Yeah, obviously, right? And you say he's not every night's going to be your night, and tonight definitely wasn't a lot of people's nights. Maybe the only thing going for him is that there's enough other damage to other vehicles out there that maybe it'll work out in the wash.
Well, you know what? Like you said, if you're able to make it to every race, and we should say too that every race. What are we doing? It's a 10-race season, so it's actually in 8 races. The first 8, they track points. And the last 2, that's the playoff rounds. So if you can make it to the first 8 races and collect any points, it's better than nothing. And, if cars are forced to retire, currently, the lowest Alex can finish is 30th, not 38th. And the gap between the gap between each position is 5-point gap. So, you run it until the end, or you run it until it explodes, and you collect those points, because then next week, he could win. And there's 180 points waiting for first place right away. So, speaking of luck ending, Ken Roberts has been winning every single race everywhere on the planet Earth in the entire universe the last 3 or 4 weeks. But last night in the truck race, he was like 32nd. So, unfortunately for Ken, great start by Jeffrey.
Much of that.
Yeah.
In all the pace laps there, I was following Robert Breedlove driving the 931 in the Pepsi car. Yep. And he had significant damage on the driver's side door. But I see he went into the pits. They got them all polished up. They used your door guys again. Man, it looks like brand new. You wouldn't have known that there was all the paint missing off of it, and it was caved in. Like, he must have had it pushing up against his leg. It was pretty dinged in there.
That's cool, man. Yeah, the pit crew's on a moderate damage. Sometimes they can put it back together. Jeffrey Elliott fell from first back to approximately, looks like about 10th, where he's sitting right now, maybe.
That's a pretty clean 3 wide there.
Missed a shift, but 10th, I was right. Craig Hagley there in the 82, a little bit out of line. Nobody's picking him up on that 3rd line, but it looks like Heath Bynum's coming up behind him. Josh 2 in front of him might give him a little bit of help. Josh 2 in the 80. Where is he? 85 car, new to Talladega Nights this season. He's made most of the races this season. But again, I say new, and there's so many amazing leagues in this community that these guys say new. It's just because I just haven't bumped into them before,
New to this, new to us, I guess, right?
Well, even like Michael Norman, being Seth Cole, one of Seth Cole's right-hand men in the booth. I've heard his voice before, but I didn't know what his name was. Now I do.
There you go, right? You match the name to the voice, and fantastic. Like you say, it's a tight-knit community, and hey, why don't you come race with us in this thing? Hey, I got tonight off? Sure. And keeps the game active, and it keeps the races lively as all get out.
Well, even in the car that he's in, the 884, is it the 884 or the 882? I can't remember what it was. 884. That's one of the team cars that we use here. So there's lots of spare cars, because I made, and between me and Gary Mingus, there's like 100 extra cars that don't get driven. So if somebody needs a car, we've got one. So if you want to join the league and you don't have a paint scheme, or you're only able to come out for 1 or 2 races, it's not impossible to jump in the race, because we'll find you a car. And everybody in the league already has those cars, so they don't need to download any extra stuff. Currently here at lap 34 of 66. Focused on Larry Wyndham there, the 09, that green car, running that middle line with Billy Ellisor right behind him in the 26. Brian Wolf. Sean Dotson there, tucking in behind Billy Ellisor to the top line. Are you looking around on your computer? I can hear bumping.
Yeah, no, I just realized that I just muted myself after I realized I was clicking through the buttons there.
Yeah. Just gonna get him through the field here, find some cars to stare at. What we got there? Brian Setter in the 510, currently running in 18th position. Again, with the retirees of this evening, Randy Waugh, Seth Cole, Pat Pekarski, Greg Lovell, Tom Dixon, Bob Sire, Outlaw, which is Doug Firth, and John Godfrey was just forced to retire as well. Wheel issues on the 68. Was first retired for wheel problems. So some kind of tire damage happened to him and couldn't be remedied.
That's always too bad when you have that happen. Any kind of we got some smashing up at the back here. Somebody got a little bit loose.
Oh wow,
and back onto that.
Oh wow, that'll be the end of Michael's day, I think.
Well, while you're pulling up the replay, I figure we'll give a quick shout out to MANAHAN. They're the band of the evening. Anytime we get people let us use their music for free, we'll plug the heck out of them and give them a check if you like some heavy metal, rock and roll. And if you don't, well, even just go put it on Spotify when you go to sleep, and it helps them out. Give them a few cents for every play.
Yep.
But then it'll alter your algorithm, and then you'll blame me. So just, you know what? Do what you want.
Yeah, do whatever you gotta do. Full brake lock and just pounded that inside wall on the back straight. That is major front end damage for Michael Norman. Avoiding an accident, actually, because it looked like there was a check up in front of him because somehow Brian Wolf got turned around. Let's find the Wolf mobile. Bynum, Wolf. Yeah, Wolf slipped out of that line a little bit and looks like he overcorrected. Oh, but you know what? Wolf might be all right, actually.
I'm watching it at home with the fine folks on the replay myself here, so.
Wolf, as long as he doesn't get hit, you know what? That car's fine. He's going to need new tires, but he locked the brakes up to slow that thing down. But the driving there, he didn't actually hit anything.
No.
He got out of his lane, and it looks like he just overcorrected because he didn't hit anybody. He just lost control of the car. Unfortunately, tagged Jeffrey Elliott. Jeffrey's got hard damage on both sides of that car, but Brian was actually able to get through that without any damage, other than needing new rubber because he's, sliding sideways across the track. We'll go back to live mode here. Under yellow flag conditions.
Also wanted to give a quick shout out to our buddy Jonathan Berry on twitter.com. You'll find him under John B as in BRC as in be really cool.
You know what it means?
Instagram.com. What's that?
Black Rapids Crossroads. That's the name of his acoustic stuff that he does.
That's fair. I hadn't, you know what? I don't think I've heard that, so I will have to check it out. But yeah, he's on Instagram as well, Woven Warrior 28.
He does
everything. What that's about? We'll have to ask him about that one.
Woven Warrior is a band. It's a super group. All the guys that he likes from like Slipknot and all these other bands, they all came together and made a group called Woven Warrior. Go ahead.
Mystery solved.
I've got answers for everything, buddy.
Buddy Julian Craig on Instagram.com as well, under Julian198611, and also for some tasty riffs and some heavy metal rockin' tunes brought to you this evening on various intros, outros, and all the other tros that we have here to offer.
Yep. Did I fix this? Yes, I did. On screen currently, the next live broadcast of the Shake and Bake Series, season number 3, race number 4. That's today's. I forgot. Oh, I see. That's May 6th will actually be race number 5. I had a feeling I didn't get that finished. These are things we did before the race, but we had to focus on CCR Pops. So I forgot to change that one number, but it is race number 5 on May 6th. We will see you guys back here next week, live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Brad and myself will call race number 5 of the Shake and Bake. And remember, only the first 8 is where we track points, and then we head into playoff mode for race 9 and 10. So two races pulled off the schedule for season number 2. A little bit shorter, but definitely just as frantic.
Well, that's it. It makes it a little more of a, you got to keep your nose clean and get those points. The pressure's on, right? You don't have as many races to catch up. So I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to see how this plays out. If this is going to stay with a 8 race season, or if they're going to go back to the 12. Sorry.
Well, and you can see, 10. Correct. Yeah, because you count the 2 playoff races. But yeah, the points on screen right there. You got Ken Robertson first, Greg Lovell in second, forced to retire today.
I'm looking
Kelly
at this on my
Causey.
phone. My arms
Yeah.
are not long enough for those numbers.
Yeah, Alex Mode fourth. Still running, but he's just out there to. Where is Alex sitting currently? 48. He looks like he's about 19th right now. So he's collecting those points. But those top 10 guys in green are the ones. Those are the slots that will qualify for the playoffs at the end of race number 8. Once the results are official, that determines the drivers that are in the chase. First
And
race, it's
what about,
10. Then it breaks down to 5, and then the winner. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I realized where you were at, talking about all the racing and shaking and baking racing. I was going to say, I don't have my notes in front of me, but off the top of my head, it seems to me that Sunday night is the dirt track race night. Is that not correct?
Yes.
Where you get the forearm, shoulder, and bicep workout, and then you can just have cheat day from Monday through Saturday. You're going to need to rest up for Sunday night again.
It's a tough workout, man. I race on Mondays in the Aero 88s, and I've raced a couple times on the dirt tracks.
Yeah. We're going to start doing some of the Tarnation TV turbos for the Aero 88 series as well, bringing you a different track each week, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it? They're always mixing it up over there. That's something different. So if you're looking for some unique racing, and like I say, it's a unique take because it's more the driver's take on it, right? You're seeing what Blaine sees, and you're listening to me give him some terrible racing advice, like, why don't you just pass this guy? And then he says, well, I'm trying to. Oh man, we got a little bump at the back of the pack here already.
It's fun though. Right. I mean, and Keith Bynum runs the series on Monday. Bob Sire runs the dirt on Sunday. Keith actually had Talladega on the schedule, and we were kind of talking about it, and he switched it out for a track called Edgewater, which is a totally fictional track. It does not exist in real life, but it is a riot. I've played it before, and it's a speedway, and it's great. It's a really, really good track, and so that's going to be a lot of fun, because we race enough Talladega in the 2 main events here on Friday and Saturday night. We don't need Talladega on another series, so he had it in there for a few hours and then quickly changed it, and it's a lot of fun to switch it up a little bit, like you say, every week. Last week, Watkins Glen, I love that track, super fast road course. Bristol, I believe it's Michigan. Texas was the first race. Miami's in there too. Bristol was the short track. Watkins Glen's a road course, so yeah, and then we got Edgewater's, it's fictional. Daytona's in there too.
That's
it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, Atlanta. I think you got Atlanta as well. So like every week for 10 weeks or whatever it is. Keith Bynum runs that series, yeah.
Wednesday we would team up with the Afterburner League.
Actually, that has actually changed. I noticed the graphic I had.
Intelligence.
So do I too. Yeah, that actually changed. That got shuffled out. I believe that the Wednesday series, or it might even be Tuesday, is just a fun race night for no points.
You heard it here first, folks. We are fighting with the Afterburner League, and we will prove that the Talladega Nights is the superior service. No, I'm just joking. I don't want to start any conflict.
It's hilarious, man.
But just for some drama, we tune in next week to find out what happens with us and those knuckleheads over there.
It's hilarious because every week that I put that graphic up on screen, that one, I have to change it every week because Jeff moves stuff around. The Dirt series by Bob used to take place on Tuesdays, but then they switched it to Sundays, and then Afterburner came in, and then they left, and now it's Back to the Future with Chris Elliott. So it's just like every week I've got it. That's why I haven't showed that graphic, because I've actually forgot to update it the last couple of weeks.
Tune in Wednesdays for mystery racing.
Right.
That's not broadcast.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Not broadcasted, but if you do want to race, there's something going on every night.
Yeah. Just stop in and see what's what. And yeah, we'll just record this, and then we'll re-record a little bit of we'll just every time that it rolls, we'll just change the name. We're like, tune in Wednesday for the Talladega Racing Nights.
Yeah.
Just real rough cut.
Ken Huntsbury gets everybody rolling again, trying to find a push from Sullins, and Sullins didn't want to hook him up with a push. And they look like they're going to leave Huntsbury hanging on the outside.
You hate to see it.
He did lead a couple laps, though, so those are bonus points for Ken. But he got shuffled out of position.
Currently chasing Mike Mangliardi, and it looks like the fuel hose has become disconnected from his fuel tank. Hopefully nothing serious there. We just got to peek in through the back of his trunk. Probably it's going to be all right.
That's another car that won't pass tech inspection because it's way lighter than it should be.
But he's also lost the spoiler too, so I wonder how that's going to affect them on the on everyone behind him on the draft.
Yeah,
or his car for that matter.
I'm just pretending that accident didn't happen.
I was just cycling through the cars and then all the engine noises, and then I come across the
and
pit
they're all
car,
gone.
and then it's all of a sudden silent.
Yeah.
So Ray Helix shooting the message in. Hey, what's going on, Ray?
Ray runs Afterburner. So yeah, I don't know what happened, but they don't run Afterburner anymore. So we might get an answer.
Right, exactly. No, it's all in good fun here. We are just
I don't really know. I mean, like I said, I check the Talladega Nights website every week and update that graphic. So I'm like, oh look, they've had 17 different series here, and every week they change. So I don't even know.
I just thought we'd try a new angle on the broadcast, because you were saying that your friend does the short YouTube clips of the wrestling, WWE. Yeah. And I thought, what better way to bring to our broadcast is the whole aspect of the heel. We can play the bad guy. We're like, this week, we're going to pick a fight with Afterburner Racing because they said something untoward about my cousin. I don't know. There's no real. There's nothing. I'm just making it up.
And then you smack them with a steel chair.
Right? I'm just like, look, we're going to take this to the ring.
And then they set your car on fire. And then tune in next week to see what happens. So we got some cars upside down on the back straight. That's too bad. We got 56. 56, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to bring somebody down for an interview. Is that possible?
That is possible, yes. Ray just updating us there.
Nothing bad. No, we didn't figure it would be. That was something.
The 038.
We were just doing that for the ratings.
Yeah, it's all about the ratings. The 038 of Rodney Sellens in the booth. Good evening, sir, man. You've been up there all day, bro.
Yeah, it's been a pretty fun night.
So we haven't really hit any crazy top speed averages this race. There's been some yellow flags and some really, really bad accidents. Like there's cars almost flying over the fence more than once here tonight, and you've been up front, so your car is perfectly clean, I would assume.
Yeah, so far, she's doesn't have a scratch on her.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, being up front is a bonus. I mean, a lot of stuff's been happening in your rearview mirror. We saw there on that restart there, Ken Huntsbury was in the lead, and then you and I believe it was Palmer or Roberts, so that whole crew, you guys up there, just kind of left him hanging.
Well, he went high, a little too high out of turn 2, and I was just going to follow him, and he went all the way up to almost, if not, in the third lane, and I was like,
right.
I'm not going up there because then I'll get boat raced by everybody. So I had to do what I had to do. I didn't want to go back.
Yeah, that's what we were sort of watching from the helicopter. I don't know if we were in helicopter view, but it's, he just kind of gave half that lane away, and it's like, well, if you can't get back down in front of me, we're going to have to leave you. But he's still there. I can see him currently up in about the 3rd or 4th position currently. But yeah, the end of this race is looking to be maybe a gas mileage issue.
And it's going to be close. It's going to be close to the end, that's for sure.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it right now, lap 44 of 66, and you guys are all kind of topping up. And are you a guy who likes to ride that clutch pedal?
I'm working on it right now.
Oh, okay, perfect. Do you do it while you're racing?
No, I'm afraid to do that because I don't want to cause a big check up and wreck.
Yeah, I know some guys can do it when they're at top speed somehow, and I don't even get it. I guess you're just trusting the pack around you to push you.
Yeah, I hadn't educated myself enough for that.
No, me neither. But yeah, man, we're focusing on half these cars in the field here are painted by you, man. So your artwork is everywhere, and we actually got your little fan motorhome trailer on the back straightaway there. We actually were able to focus on that at the start of the broadcast. I found a way to get to it. So your boys back there. Yeah. What was the story behind that?
Behind them, well, John Godfrey just created that for us, for me, because this track was my idea, and John Godfrey brought it to life. It's named after our race team from 20 years ago, and that's a whole nother story. But he made that little group up there. He said that way, if there was ever a debris caution, he could always blame it on the Sullins fans that were throwing beer cans out on the track.
That's awesome.
Those Sullins fans having way too much fun there off turn 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there they are. I see them right there.
Yep.
They're chucking their bubble gum and their taffy. Yeah.
Hey, Rodney, I'm walking around here with a microphone. I'm trying to find that. Where are they at? Anyways, thanks for the paint job, man. It looked great on the track. I didn't have much success tonight with they got caught up in a couple of wrecks. It's been a crazy night. It's a weird feeling out there. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Hopefully it's the right setup in there, but you guys seem to be doing good up there. You got your boy right behind you. So make sure you stay in front of that Mountain Dew car. That's all I really want to see. I love you, Ken, but I'm going to root for that 38 tonight, or maybe even the 82, or, Kazi is up there in the lead. But anyway, good luck. Thanks for coming out tonight. It's not one of our better races, but we're trying to make the best of it. So good luck, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Any shout outs you'd like to throw out there?
Just as we said earlier about Pops and your dad and stuff, we're thinking about you guys. That's more than any shout out right now. Is just thinking about your two families.
I really appreciate that, and it's tough, and but Pops, he's 20 years in this business and the sim racing, and just want to show the respect to him, and he was a great guy, and he'll be missed for sure. So I'm glad that we can do this for him. And it's a spare of the moment, but we did our best. Thanks, Blaine, for everything you've done.
No problem.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Rodney. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
We saw there a couple of cars heading down to the pits. We're talking to Rodney there about the fuel mileage. Currently right now, they're sitting at 20 laps to the end of this race. These guys probably will have to pit again. We saw Cossey and Hagley peel off from the front row, or from near the front row, to head down and get a splash.
Hey, Mr. Blaine, I also brought you one of our new drivers real quick, number 96.
Oh, number 96, Ulysses Sandoval, live on Tarnation TV. Good evening, man. How you doing?
Hello, man.
Oh, man. I asked some of the newer guys, I always ask how you found the league, because Jeff seems to just go around there and harass people until they join. So he treated you good, I hope.
Yeah, years before, I used to play in NR 2003, but I lost that computer. But I had joined before some Facebook groups about NR 2003. And nowadays that I got a new computer, I installed the game. And I was looking at the old group that I have joined, and somehow I just find that publications that post that said about this league, and I found it interesting, so I joined it.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of fun here.
Hey, Blaine,
sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
They're getting ready to go green. I did not know that. So good luck, number 96. I'm glad you found us, man. We'll get back to you on another interview. So. Give a quick shout out to somebody.
I will give a shout out to my mama, who is in the living room watching me.
Oh, perfect!
All right. That's awesome.
Hey, Mama.
Good luck, man.
Mama Sandoval.
Going great, man. Good luck out there, brother.
Good luck, Ulysses. There we go, Ulysses Sandoval. Mama's watching, so let's just stay focused on this guy.
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like he said, he lost the computer, and years later you come back, and guess what? We're all still waiting for you, man. So I was the same with me. I got out of the game for a few years, and I never thought it was going even stronger than it ever had. And here we are.
With me. I didn't have a computer for years, and it's the first thing I installed on it.
Yeah, I bought a brand new laptop and put a 20-year-old game on it. But it's crazy, man. Like,
butter.
Yep. I just noticed something too. Ulysses' last name is Sandoval.
Yep.
He's got the word oval in his last name. So he should be good on the oval. Like Talladega Super Speedway, right?
Absolutely.
It's all in
I
your
think
name.
he's playing it pretty smart right now. I'm focused on him as well too. Not even the back of the pack. He's in a good position on that bottom line, but far enough of a gap that hopefully he'll have a little bit of room to if something were to happen. Based on the way that things have been going tonight, I think even at the front of the pack, not too many people are bumper to bumper, and I think there's a little bit of I think everyone's being a little bit extra cautious out there this evening.
Yeah, we talked to Rodney a little bit too long. I was going to touch base with Ulysses on his fuel situation because this is going to be tight on gas. If it goes green, it's going to be really tight on gas. Even if it doesn't go green, I think it's going to be tight because it was about a 23 laps to go when most of these guys pit, and you can get about 20. We always say the window opens around 17 because Tom Dixon liked to pit a little early. That's when we start looking. And usually around lap 20, 21, you're going to have to come down. And we were sitting right around 22, 23. So some of these guys, they might be cutting it a little close.
I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and say that there's at least one more yellow before this is done. It's just
There's something.
I don't know if
yeah.
it's a full moon, if it's the fact that I leaked some coolant onto the corner of turn 3 and it's probably over everyone's tires. I meant to pick it up before. I was doing an oil change on the minivan, and then it kind of just leaked all over. And I grabbed some rags, but it's only so much you can do once it's already out.
I love how you were going to do an oil change on your minivan and you took it out onto the track to do it.
Well, because it was all sloped downhill, so if the oil fell out, then it would all roll to the bottom.
Yes, exactly.
That's just physics. I know you're not a scientist, Blaine, but it's physics.
It is physics, yes. The front pack just got 3 wide almost here. This is going to turn out to be kind of gnarly. Rodney Sullins does not have enough help with Mark Paglia being the only car behind him. These guys are going to go backwards. As Robert's on the outside being pushed by Denny Carroll and Stephen Brandstetter, Greg Palmer.
Unless someone's going to break into that middle lane.
Yeah, you need one of these guys.
Someone needs to break out. There we go. So there's a third.
Yeah, see, even where Ulysses is, he could float to the middle. But the middle's not good. I mean, especially where Sandoval is right now on the bottom.
Well, look at, he's making...
If anything happens...
He's making some significant ground right there. Look at, he's already caught up with the number 28.
Yeah, I mean, and being on that low line now, if any accidents happen, the cars will wash away from you and you can drive right through it. We're being on the right up against the wall. That's where everybody's going to end up going.
And once more, just for clarity's sake, I absolutely meant no disrespect or anything ill will towards our buddies over in the oh my god, I've already lost the name. The Afterburner League. It was 100% off the cuff.
I'm
BS
making a
nonsense,
joke.
So no, it's fully just there's nothing to it. Just what the hell do we know?
It's funny because, like I said,
I'm assuming it's probably
every
just
week,
a logistics thing, right? Because everyone's so busy, they've got their own things going on. Like I'm sure it's nothing untoward whatsoever, but we run out of stuff to talk about if we don't make up some drama now and then. So
yeah, and that's the thing. I checked the Talladega Nights website, which is in the description below, every week, and then I update that screen. That one right there, that's a screenshot from their website. But every week it changes. And the last 2 weeks I forgot to check. That's why I haven't put it up. In the last 2 weeks it's been different.
Who's off the track at the back of the pack? But
we have a
I'm
yellow.
guessing we're going yellow because he skidded off and then back up the track. No?
Brian Wolf got loose again.
Who was? A couple of guys got loose there. Right, I was again still following.
Yellow is out.
And okay, now because there was another one just ahead of the 96 car that had wiped out. He stayed clean, kept his nose clean, so he's all right. I'm going to just take a look back and see where else.
Brian Wolf again off the track there, and I don't know why.
Yeah, he just got loose all the car.
He got swirly there too. I don't know what's going on. Some side damage there on Wolf's car.
I'm going to head down to the pits there and take a look. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. See what's all going on down there.
Sweet.
56 to the tower.
What's up, 56? Go ahead.
I'd like to get a new guy in here. You got time for that real quick?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Right, buddy.
Try to find this wreck. It looks like it involved Nate. Is it Nate? Jeff Goodpaster in the 33. Good evening, sir. Live on Tarnation TV.
How you doing, Blaine?
Oh, not bad. How's it looking out there, man? It's been a weird air tonight, I think. There's been some accidents, little ones, and a couple of gigantic accidents. How's your car looking? And did you get caught up in any of that stuff?
Other than the first caution, very light hood damage, but it ain't nothing to affect my draft or anything. But other than that, it's been, thank the Lord above, about lucky.
Right on. So we've asked the last couple people. We've talked to Rodney, we talked to Ulysses, and now we're talking to you about the fuel mileage, because it's looking to be about a 23 to 24 lap run last time you guys went in for fuel. So are you going to need to pit again, or does this yellow help you out?
I don't think we're done with yellows, but if I can get one more yellow, we'll be good.
Okay, so you're banking on just doing some slow laps to try to conserve that gas.
Yeah, right now I'm clutching it and just saving every last drop I can.
Right. Yeah, that's a good plan. I guess, the yellows, you don't like to see them, but sometimes you do, because track position, especially this late in the race, is good. You're currently in 11th, so it's looking good.
Hey, Jeff, this is Jeffrey. I just want to chime in and say, I love looking at your car, man. That is a hot-looking paint job. I like it. And, it's been a tough one tonight, my friend. Just hang in there, man. Sometimes you have awesome Talladega races, and sometimes you have these kinds. So hang in there, man. I'm watching you. Hopefully you get top 10 out of this, and you're not damaged too much. So good luck out there, my friend. Any shout-outs you'd like to throw out? Jeff?
Like to shout out to my wife, who's at work right now, but I don't know if she's watching or not. She's going through a rough patch right now as well, with her mom passing about a month ago due to cancer. So shout out to her. She's hanging tough with her mental health situation. So thoughts out to her, and hopefully we can get out here and get a big finish. Hopefully victory lane.
Oh, man,
Victory lane's the goal. That's the way to do it. Yeah, sorry to hear about your wife there, but hopefully everybody's doing okay. See, like I said, it's weird air tonight with the passing of CCR Pops and Jeffrey's father having some issues, and it's a weird feeling. All these yellow flags, it's very out of the ordinary. So it's something up on the Talladega track tonight, but there has to be a winner. So like you said, you're going to lead some laps. Lead the last one.
And who knows, if I win, maybe I'll do a special burnout for everybody that's passed.
Cool, man. Yeah, thanks for chatting with us. Thanks for sharing that information, and thoughts are with you and your family.
Thanks, Blaine. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, have a good evening. Good luck out there.
Yeah, Jeff, thanks for hanging in there, man. We'll pray for your wife and yourself and your family. So, it's kind of a weird night. Maybe they're just trying to keep us on the track longer for a reason tonight. But we'll finish this bad boy off, man, and we'll go on to the next week. But thanks, man. Have a great week, and good to see you.
Thanks, you too, Jeff. I'm praying for you and your family as well.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Thanks, Blaine.
Thanks, guys. Well, I was lining up to put Jim Black on screen here. However, he has retired as well about 10 laps ago. So we could do what we did last week with the pace car. I'll just focus on the pace car. Did I have Jim? Yes, I did. So Jim Black is currently... sorry?
Any other stat guys you had lined up I could bring down for you?
No, it was Jim, but he's gone.
Okay, I'm going to try to grab one more for you for the rest of the evening, if you don't mind, real quick, while they're under yellow.
Sure, go for it. We'll get back to Jim's stats here in a second. An extra yellow flag lap has been added. Mike Mangialardi in the 029 car, currently live on Tarnation TV. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, guys in the booth. Hey, do you got a hot dog up there I can get from you?
Hey, Brad.
You got to do a spin out into the infield. That's where the deals are.
So we see you're driving an illegal car. You've removed the trunk. You will not pass post-race inspection as your car is now lighter than when it entered the race.
Yeah, I got 2 bad hits and able to keep up with the draft, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, like this damage, like you got that trunk tore off that thing very early in the race and you're still out here in 18th position. So it's crazy, man. Like if the car doesn't blow up, just keep driving it, I guess, eh?
Well, yeah, exactly. Shooting for a top 10. We'll see if I can get it.
No, you're looking, you can see it from where you are. So yeah, we're pulling for you. That'll be cool. You just need some people to tuck up behind you and get that air to come off the back of that thing properly. And are you keeping speed with the draft? Like you're still able to hit like 199 and all that stuff?
Yeah, I was doing almost 200 last lap. Kelly Causey was pushing me, and I was able to keep up, so that's good news.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, it looks like lights on the pace car are off, so yeah, I guess we're going green next time around. Are you good on fuel?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh, Gary just blew up in front of you.
Like the car's blowing up in front of me.
Oh, man. What is going on tonight?
A full moon or something.
So yellow flag will be back out again. We get one more lap added. We were going to go green next time around.
Is it? All right.
Happened
not
to me
anymore.
last week on after lap 1 wreck. Blowing engine.
Yeah, that's really strange to see an engine go at such low RPM, but like you say, there's definitely something weird on the track this evening, and like we've said it a couple times already, and there it is. We've got like a 60 mile an hour blown engine.
Yeah, I got a couple gremlins running around.
Yeah.
I think I saw him jump out of Jeff's car.
Jeff's been, I knew Jeff was smuggling the gremlins.
There was a bunch of Pennzoil gremlins jumping out of mine tonight, but which one blew up out there? I'm looking. I don't see anybody.
3, Heiser.
Heiser? Oh, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he's just in front of Mike, and the thing just caught fire. So he pulled to the side, and everybody drove by him.
Well, Heiser, man, thanks for coming out tonight. If you watch this, bud, you were doing pretty good. So, been a crazy one. But back to you, man, Gilardi, man. Good to see you out there. Good to see you hanging out there with a half of a car.
Yeah.
It's been a strange.
I think my front end's good. I'm not able to see my front end, but I'm thinking it's okay.
You know, it don't matter if you see the front or the back. If you can run 200 miles an hour with Kazi, you're doing something right with that car. So keep it up there, man. I'll be rooting for you as well. I will let Blaine finish up with this one, but man, good to see you again.
Yeah, we're looking at the front of your car, man. It looks brand spanking new, so you're good to go. And yeah, I see you've got Nate Balser in front of you there, and he's got half a car as well. So if you guys put one and one together, that makes a full car.
Oh, yeah. Might be able to get, 400 out of it if we match together.
I'm hoping, yeah, you stick them together and run to the front, you know, a couple of guys with half a car. That'd be wild. You know, it's crazy how tore up these things can get. Yeah. But now the lights are off. Hopefully nobody else explodes.
Nate and I are both from the Pacific Northwest up here.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. We're all neighbors, man. That's what the internet's for. But anyway, thanks for talking with us tonight, Mike. And good luck, man. We'll be watching to the finish here.
Okay, thanks, guys. You guys do a great job. So thanks again.
Thank you. Mike Mangialardi in the 029. We've got Denny Carroll's whole family watching as well. He's currently being scored in second place.
Nice.
On the outside row. Ken Roberts on the inside. Yeah, we had Jim Black, unfortunately, had to retire from the race, but we had some stats set up for him. So the 58 of Jim Black currently sits at 18th overall with 314 points. Race number 1, qualified 25th, had to retire. Race number 2, qualified 34th, had to retire. Race number 3, finished 5th from qualifying 29th. So a great finish in race 3. And unfortunately here in race 4, Jim Black was forced to retire again. So when Jim when Jim doesn't get caught up in an accident, top 10 finishes, man.
He's got some skill, you can tell. He's some
sometimes
practice behind that wheel, and But
Well,
again,
that's the thing,
so
like-
much of it comes down to luck, right?
It is. You know, like Robert's winning, and it can't last forever. You know, that's the thing. And then sometimes it's the other way. Sometimes every week you come out and it's just nothing falls in place. But hopefully things can turn around for Jim, because race number 3, from almost 30 position qualifying to finish in 5th position. I mean, it can be done. It's just the cards just have to fall. Green flag
Back at
in the
it for
air.
the last 8 laps, so we are under 10. And I know who was calling for someone was calling for a potential, hopefully one more yellow for themselves to get some fuel.
That was a good pastor, yeah. A little
bit squirrely. Oh,
I got to get it back there. Looks like they're clearing it. It
it
looked
got
like
below the
Alex. Nope, no yellow. It's still green.
Sorry,
Alex.
I got below the yellow line. My mistake. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alex tapped the wall there, and everybody got around him. We got to get back up front here. So yeah, race back situation. If the yellow flag does come out, the cars will not lift. They will race back to the line to take the yellow, lock in their positions. When we get within 5, the race will probably end at that yellow. Right now, they would go green again. Just sort of depends on what happens, though. I mean, there's been 2 yellow flag sequences where the pace car has went through the pits and come back out to gather the field again, because the car either blew up or parked on the track, or something weird happened where they start adding extra yellows.
I'm just currently watching the back of the pack here. Everyone's got pretty much a single line. Couple bumper to bumper, a few guys in the draft, but I don't know if there's going to be much of a threat. Mind you, who knows? We still have 7 laps to go literally tonight. Anything could happen, and I don't think I could be surprised at this point for any of the most wildest stuff that would be to happen. Like, oh, everybody else landed on the roofs and last place finishing first. And I would say that is about par for the course.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Tonight, everything is just catastrophic. Like, the accidents are crazy. Like, cars are upside down. I've seen probably a dozen cars upside down, belly up, on the back straightaway.
Even us, our broadcasting is terrible.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Your voice sounds terrible, and I'm ugly as sin. Like, what else could go wrong?
I don't know. I'm very yeah. I can barely speak tonight.
Yeah.
I just wanna leave. I haven't even been here half the time.
Right.
You've been talking to an artificial intelligence recording of my voice. You've been talking to an artificial intelligence recording of my voice. You've been talking to an artificial intelligence recording of my voice.
Hey, Blaine, you're gonna smack your computer around there. Your AI's gone mad. Your AI has gone mad.
See what I mean? Yeah. Gremlins. Like I said,
no.
We're chalking her up to gremlins.
Right.
Kelly Causey there, currently running in 7th. Everybody up front, staying in line.
Well,
5 laps left here.
Back of the pack there. He's making a valiant push. I think he may be currently...
What position is he in? Top right of your screen.
Oh, okay. He is in 21st right now.
Okay.
And
so he's
not... We've got Robert
I'm showing him
Breedlove
2.5 seconds from the leaders, so he's in a second pack, I guess.
Robert Breedlove's pulling up the back of the pack there. He's in gear 3. He's doing 178, so I'm guessing he must have some kind of damage there if he's down that speed. Would he pull up to 4? Maybe he lost 4th?
It's possible. Or he may have just come out of the pits.
I don't know. He's not passing 178 and still staying in 3rd. Sounds like he's got it wide open, so hopefully, yeah, he's bringing up the rear there. And behind him, we got Keith Bynum giving Alex Moe a shove. We got Sean Dotson giving Bob Dixon a shove. They're right together there. And then Gary Mingus looks like he's probably getting past because they're bunched up. So that's kind of the back half of the back third of the field.
So Mama Sandoval is watching Ulysses as he's currently being scored in 20th, it looks like to me.
Is that where he is? Yeah, he's coming to the back of the pack. But you know what? Honestly, that is probably the best place to be at this point.
He's still in the main draft, though. He's in that main pack. If something
But I'm
happens in
saying
front of
that-
him, man, he could thread that needle and get to the front. I've seen
Exactly,
it.
and he
Alex
knows-
has done that a couple times.
Look at how the race has gone tonight. I think of everybody, he might be in the best position, just because. I mean, depending on, of course, where the wreck may or may not take place. But
Right.
3 laps to go. I'm thinking in a crowd that's as tight as they are in the front here, that he's going to be waiting for someone to make a hiccup and make him step.
There it is.
See,
Yeah.
there's one. Oh no! But
Green.
okay, so he just got.
Still green.
They're off, and so it's green. Holy smokes! Anything could happen tonight. This is wild.
Yep, it's still green. The lights on the wall are still green.
Just to flip back to number 20, 029, Mike Magliardi, and looks like he's limping it along there. I think he got a bit of the brunt of that coming off the back of the track there.
Was Ulysses involved in that? It looks like he disappeared. It looks like he was. Oh no, he didn't. He got around it.
He's in 20th. He's got 188 miles an hour in fourth gear, and but he may have been involved in it so much to the fact that he's a little ways back from the pack now, so he did lose that draft.
He'll lose the draft, yeah.
So unfortunately,
Lap 65.
But again, you know what? Who knows what's going to happen? Because we still got 2 more laps to go.
Yeah.
Or at least 2 more times around the track. So he still might be in a good position, depending on the chaos that is may or may not unfold in the next 2 laps. Lap and a half.
With 38 drivers, I mean, those points are a big deal. 65 laps down, we're coming to the white flag. Lap number 66 is about to start, so whoever wins this race will be well earned, man, because a lot of these cars got bumped, banged, tore up, ripped apart. Guys were forced to retire. Here we are, white flag in the air.
Right.
One lap to go. Race number 4. Focused on Ken Roberts.
Helicopter view. Look at that. Ken Roberts made his way to the front again. You know what? I haven't been watching the front just because that's not where the action has necessarily been happening, but I've been neglected to see that he made his way there again.
Outside line. Outside line being formed. Craig Hagley is leading it. Now number 82 being pushed by Buckshot. It might be too late of a move.
Something together on the...
It looks like it's going to be Roberts.
1, 2, 3. That's pretty tidy.
Yeah. Oh, Palmer skipping down to the left, trying to get a push from Sullins.
Okay, so it's gone.
Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's Roberts.
Yeah, wow. But 1, 2, and 3 were not far from it. Let's see the numbers there. You know what? It was clean towards the end. Good racing. Everybody out there. Fantastic. I mean, for as much as it was crash after crash, the excitement was palpable.
If Sullins had tucked up behind Palmer a little bit earlier, they might have been able to get Roberts, but they just weren't close enough coming out of turn number 4. But yeah, another great win for Ken, man. Oh, we lost Ken. Did Ken not do a burnout? Nope, Ken is gone.
You know what? He's like, I've already talked to these guys once a week for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I got nothing more to say.
Well, you know what it was? After what happened last week or yesterday, we had a server glitch and it destroyed the whole race. At the end, the race was done. Count to 5.
That's right.
And it reset back to happy hour. We lost all the replays and all the stats. So
that's right. I forgot.
He quit super quick, just so he could save all this stuff.
I don't blame him.
S3, R4. I got the replay saved. I'm going to go save the export right now. And we talk to the winners, which is Roberts, Palmer, and Hagley. 04, 29.
Ulysses finished in 17th, so there's that. He's doing some burnouts too. I'm just going through the crowd of burnouts there, so that's, you know what, compared to where he was, that's 3 points higher than the last lap. He was in 20th, I think, last we checked on him. Fantastic racing.
And I can check. I can check
between first and 17th, because I bet you it's a matter of like 100ths of a second.
Oh, it would be, yeah. Somebody's calling the booth. 56, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'll be having Bob's going to do the drivers real quick with the factoids, and then I'm going to bring them down here to do that on the broadcast.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
In a couple minutes. Thank you, bud.
Yeah, so we will check the export here for the race, and we will get to see where everybody started and finished and la-di-da. So, once we find out people are watching, we tend to lean on sometimes we tend to lean on those drivers.
Oh yeah. So if you want some favoritism, then just tell us
get
that
in
you're
the
watching
YouTube chat.
and you want to pull at our heartstrings and just tell us your family's watching, and we'll pay extra attention to you. And it won't even cost you like hardly anything at all. It's a really good bargain we're going to offer you.
It's a bargain, yeah. It's like a coupon. It's always valid.
Exactly. Two and dime.
So I see in the YouTube chat there, Randy Claflin did not race this evening. I believe he. I'm trying to get this export working. I believe Randy had some other stuff come up tonight. He wasn't able to make the race. I'm going to check on Ulysses. Oh, Ulysses is right here. So here we go. Here's some stats.
You and I know all too well that real life sometimes interferes with racing.
Yeah. So there's some information from Mama Sandoval, if you're still watching. Ulysses' car number is 96. He qualified 31st and finished in 17th position. So not a bad show. Total of 112 points this evening. Oh, I can't see that. 112 points this evening for Ulysses.
That puts him for 17th for the standings, or that's not to be adjusted yet? Is that just... Oh, that's right. That's for this evening.
This is the race. Yeah.
Yeah. My mistake. I was getting ahead of myself there, thinking those were the stats. But we're not there yet.
So check out the retired cars, the reasons. So we've got accident, Randy, Seth, Pat, Greg, retired, Tom, Bob, wheel problem for Outlaw, accident for John Godfrey, retired was an accident, another wheel issue for Jeffrey Elliott. So he had wheel tire problems. Jim Black was forced to retire. And Gary Heiser had an engine failure, which is deemed to be a valve. Like, it's just a really weird, strange night.
I don't think I've seen a race with this many catastrophic yellows as I think this might have taken the cake for maybe not. Maybe
random failures too, like
a bad
engine
memory.
failures. And
It's a strange night, guys, but I brought your favorite guy, Mr. Dixon. Here he is.
Mr.
Welcome
Bob,
back, sir.
All right, Blaine, you ready?
Let her rip.
All right, Bob Dixon with the local factoids for the night, guys. An honorable mention of this race was Kelly Causey. In fifth place was Craig Hagley. Craig did a 47.882 second lap. That's 199.992 mile per hour. On lap 16, the top all 5 fastest laps were on lap 16. In fourth was Brian Rosson. Brian did a 47.783 second lap. That's 200.406 mile per hour. Third was Nate Balser. Nate did a 47.775 second lap. That's 200.440 mile per hour. Second was Mike Mangliardi. Mike did a 47.719 second lap. That's 200.675 mile per hour. And the fastest lap of the night goes to Josh 2. Josh did a 47.685, turning a 200.818 mile per hour lap. And the most laps led tonight was Rodney Sullins at 27, Ken Roberts at 18, Greg Palmer 6, Jeffrey Elliott 4, Kelly Causey 3, Bob Dixon 2, KD 2, Billy Elliser 1, Brian Rasson 1, Robert Breedlove 1, and Brian Wolf 1. And that's your factoids of the night.
Thank you very much, man. Another blistering fast lap. I love the lap speeds. 200.8. And that's with a race where there was a lot of yellows. So these guys, you guys would have like a 10-lap run, maybe at the most, and still clocking laps almost at 201 average.
Yeah, the top four fastest all hit 200, and the slowest was 406. The fastest was 818. So everybody's within a skinny envelope.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
Hey, Bob, I was going to ask you while we have you here. We were talking about this last race, I think it was, and I don't know if you or who would have the stats on this, but is there a current like fastest lap, fastest top speed, anything for the series overall, like for all of the seasons?
Yeah, do we have a record book, I guess is what we're asking.
I have all the fastest laps except last night. Something happened. As soon as we quit, it reset back to practice or qual or something. We don't know what happened, but I didn't get that. They say that they're telling me that they've got the replay up here on TeamSpeak. I can get that and get that Friday night race, but the Saturday nights I have for months and months. And we could compile something up there if you'd like to have that.
I'm curious. Yeah, we could have a little record book going. It'd be kind of neat.
Just curious to see, if we got anybody breaking any lap records or fastest pit stop or who knows like what the just some fun something to
even
add
with
to it.
Greg, remember Greg qualified with like a .431, and that's insanity. So we were curious if that maybe was the fastest qualifying time ever. But it would take a while to compile all that data too. You'd have to get it into a spreadsheet somehow and be able to sort those columns. But I'm sure it's possible.
Well, Mr. Dixon is Mr. Spreadsheet. Ask him about WTG Golf. He's got a Bible. So
you could say he excels at it.
He excels at it. There you go. Bobby Dixon, it's always a pleasure, man. Glad you're out here. What a crazy kind of weird night, but we got through it. So thanks for what you do, man.
Yeah, man, anytime. You guys take care. Thanks for hosting there, Blaine, you and Brad, and everybody that helped.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, man. All right, good night.
Good night. Bob Dixon, the Factoids man himself.
There he is. He's Mr. Factoids. All right, we're shooting for third place, and that would be Craig Hagley. Is that correct?
Craig Hagley was in third, Greg Palmer second, Ken Roberts first.
Well, jump on about the renders. Although your renders look great, by the way. Great job, Blaine. I think you did all those, didn't you? Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, but Craig sent me all the files, so I was able to mimic. I was able to mimic exactly what he created, so they don't look different, except for the font. I didn't know what font he used. So.
They still look great. He was chasing something around all week, but we won't go there. But I was going to say, give it to him, but he did a good job. So here he is.
No, he's great. Yeah.
Your third place guy. Here he is.
Craig Hagley, third place podium finish this evening, man. 0.06 seconds from capturing first, but not too shabby. We were watching you guys line up Roberts, but what I was curious what it looks like back there. What do you think in that last lap? Like, where do you want to be coming out of, like, going into turn 3, coming out of turn 4, going down the hill in the tri-oval? Like, what's the plan usually?
Well, the plan was just to try and figure out a way to get by him, but I made my move just a hair bit too late to be able to get that good run on him down the back stretch, and I'm thankful to have finished third and get a good finish, especially from being wrapped up in some contact earlier. I could see through the front of my car and see the track through my hood. So to finish third tonight, that's just beyond anywhere where I could finish.
That's wild. Yeah, man. So many very strange accidents, engine failures, drivers having to retire for all kinds of strange problems. And yeah, you're able to pull it off with a damaged front end, you're saying. It was actually damaged that much on the hood.
Yeah, right through my vents there on the front. I could look down and you could see the track going through on it. There in that one, I got that contact. Messed up my front end a little bit, but as long as I had somebody in front of me, I wasn't too bad.
Wow, that's amazing, man. So what was the fuel situation like? Because we were kind of running numbers, and we had a couple of yellows, of course, but were you going to be short on fuel?
No, I was good by 2 or 3 laps. Me and Kelly had come in there at the end of that one caution, and we were both good on fuel. So, yeah, we didn't have anything to worry about there.
Right, we saw you guys peel off, and then it turned out to be a good call. It was a third-place finish, man. Awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir, and congratulations to King. Congratulations to everybody on the team for, I pretty sure we swept the top 5. So that's not too bad.
Wait. Did you say team? Is there like something going on behind the scenes?
Collusion.
Hey, it's just the guys that I run with.
Okay. Hey, Greg, thanks for coming out, bud. We missed you for a week or so. I know you're out busy chasing, don't know what, but we won't go there. But hey, good to see you on the track, my friend. A great finish, 3rd place with a car that you can see through. That's pretty crazy. And I must say, it was a weird feeling tonight on the track. I don't know if you felt that, but it was just a weird kind of feeling. But anyways,
the car felt kind of floaty.
Yeah, very floaty. I don't know if it was a setup, but it was floaty, slidey. It was weird. I don't know what happened, but anyways, congratulations on 3rd place, my friend. Thanks for what you do for Talladega Nights and Tarnation TV.
Yeah, man, all the artwork is great, and thanks for sharing all those files too. I was able to learn some Blender stuff, so now I'm going down another rabbit hole.
Well, I appreciate that y'all let me help, and I get to be a part of it. And Jeff, thanks for putting all this on, because this has all meant more to me than you will ever know. And thank you, man.
I mean, that means a lot to me. I work really hard at this, and we can't drive everybody's cars. We're all independent drivers out here. Like Blaine says, there's a human behind every one of these cars on the track, and it takes a lot of skill and time to get used to each other. But hey, man, we're out here having fun, fellowshipping, and I'm glad that means a lot to you.
Well, Jeff, you brought me back from a place that I didn't need to ever be, so I appreciate everything you do, and I'm thankful that I have this place here. And Blaine, you do a wonderful job. Brad, you do an awesome job as well, and I'm just thankful that I get to be a part of it.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
And wherever you
Thanks,
went
man.
last week, Brad, wherever you went last week, you make sure you come by and pick me up first. All right, Brad, you want to close this wonderful guy out with something?
Yeah, no, it's just, again, real treat I'm just happy to be part of this community as well too, and especially in the amount of times as of late, as the last few weeks, and even up until today, the amount of bad stuff's going on. Sometimes the best place to be is just with the company of some friends, and not to be sitting in it by yourself. So this seems like an awesome community. And anyways, it's good to be speaking with you, and it's awesome to have you involved in this. And like I say, like Blaine says too, I've just been learning a bit about Blender too, but to see your work on here every night, we're Fridays and Saturday nights and Mondays and whatever else, it's fantastic, man. You do a good job, and keep up the good work.
Heck yeah, thanks guys. And I want to shout out to my son Lane, and I hope he's out there watching.
All right, 10-4, Blaine, wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah, man, thanks again for all your help, Craig, and congratulations on the win. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, y'all.
Craig Hagley, your 3rd place position.
And there he is, man. It's awesome to see him in the podium. Well deserved. I guess we'll bring Mr. Green. Mr. Green. His name is Ken Roberts.
No, it's not. It's Greg Palmer.
Greg Palmer. I'm going to grab him, bring him up to the tower, and I'm going to use the restroom. So take your time. Give him
He
some,
really doesn't
I can grab him if
Ken
you
Roberts.
want.
Just go get the recordings off the last 8 races and keep him busy for a while.
Greg
Anyways,
Palmer in the
Greg
Deuces, live on the air. How are you, sir?
Good evening up there in the booth. How was that for a race, huh?
Oh my
Holy
God!
smokes!
Everybody was saying it was a little bit weird out there tonight. Like the cars felt different. People were retiring. Like Gary Heiser blew an engine under yellow. Like the slowest engine failure I've ever seen in my life.
I think there was 2 blown engines. I believe John Godfrey blew an engine during the race. I mean, green flag. That was like 2 cars behind him. Thank God I didn't get caught up in that.
Yeah, it reported him as an accident, but yeah, that's it. But he was part of an accident. Jeffrey and Doug Firth both went out with tire and wheel issues. This is what the stats are telling me in the export. So yeah, it's just a bunch of really strange things happened tonight. But you found your way to 2nd place from qualifying 20th. Was your car clean?
My car was clean. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Watch. Go ahead and watch the replay and try to figure that one out.
Right.
Man.
I'm gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure he's lying.
Much like half the guys that retired were on their roof getting flung across the grass. There was a lot of cars belly up tonight, and it was wild, dude. The fact that you have no scratches on that thing, good work.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I didn't say it wasn't scratched. It was. I think I kept it pretty clean, but I had to get up to the front right away because with 40-car field, being in the back and those guys scrambling for positions, I had to get up here first because that's where all the accidents happen back there.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to stay in the back and maybe try to avoid it, but there wasn't a small accident. Every accident seemed to collect about 15 cars. And some guys went through multiple accidents, like, Mangialardi finished like in 24th with like no hood, no trunk, no numbers on the roof, but was able to limp the thing to the end and collect the points. So, I mean, some excellent points for you. Led 6 laps, 175 points tonight, so...
I needed those points. I made it my mission to get up to the front early, or as early as I can, and try to stay up there. I only led like 6 laps, so I wanted to stay behind and save some fuel. It just happened that the last caution, I stayed out and I saved a couple of laps, and I was 2 laps in the good.
Yeah, and we were watching from the helicopter cam, which we usually do, coming down to that checkered flag, and it's like you and Rodney were just not close enough to get that extra half car length to get by Roberts.
Yeah, I waited too late, but I waited late on purpose. I don't want to get taken out. I know. I run with these guys: Ken, Craig, Rodney, Kelly, and the outside line was coming. I don't know what they were going to do, so I waited for the last minute to try to pass Ken. If I didn't, I didn't. It's okay. Second place. I'll be the first loser. I'm good.
Right, yeah. It's always nice to get the second place points rather than try something a little bit risky and then end up in 15th or something. And then go,
take
something?
out the rest of the
second
guys behind me.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Hey,
But,
Palmer, I just want to cut in real quick, man. Awesome job, second place. I think obviously Blaine and Brad can contest to this. There was some pretty darn good races those last, 7, 8 laps of green. And it's a tough decision. You just don't know when to pull out from that leader and what's going to happen if you'll have help coming with you. I think you played your cards right. I don't think it was too late. But yeah, you dove down low. You got some help, but it was just maybe a little bit late. But, you just don't know when to do it. But man, great racing there at the end. Glad to have you. So kind of a rough night. We were feeling out there for a lot of people. I don't know why, but this one's for Pops. We'll never forget that young man. He was great for the sim community in NASCAR racing in 2003. So thanks for coming out here and being a part of it. It was a surprise on us. Blaine brought up some great, sent him some footage, some pictures, and got something in real quick for CCR guys and his people. So God bless him, man. Thanks for coming. Good job.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, God bless Pops, man. I raced with him a few times up there in CCR.
All right, Blaine, you wrapped this second place finish. Any shout outs for Palmer? I know you got a bunch of them. Let's hear it.
Hey, I have to thank the guys I run with: Ken, Craig, Rodney, Kelly, John Godfrey. His night ended early, but Rodney for all my paint cars, my painted trucks, my cars. To you, Jeff, and Danny and Chris and all the admins that run this. This is fantastic. Let me tell you, this thing has taken off. It's 40 drivers. Come on, no other server on RLM can say that. And listen, God bless you, Father. I hope he gets well. And that's it. Thank you guys in the booth. Blaine, great. Brad, fantastic.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Wrap it up, guys.
Yeah, no, that's it. I was going to say, what are the shout outs? But hey, guess what? Jeff took care of that. So thanks for talking with us again there,
Thanks,
Greg.
guys. Yep. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Thanks, man. We'll see you soon. Yes, 40 cars on Friday, 40 cars on Saturday. You can't ask for much more than that. Thanks a lot, bud.
Bye, man.
Thanks, Greg.
All right, my friend. I didn't mean to skip Palmer there. I'm just a little tired. Here's a champ. Once again, Ken Roberts. Keep him busy for a few minutes, would you?
Yep. No problem.
All right, buddy.
Ken Roberts in the 55. Congratulations on your win.
Howdy, Blaine and Brad. How you guys doing tonight?
Not bad. Hey, did you want us just to replay the same questions we asked you on the last few victories, or were you wanting to do this again for the fourth time? No. Joking. Of course, congratulations again, man. Another fantastic race. We were kind of watching a lot of the chaos, at least I was anyway, so I didn't get a chance to see you. I saw you in the top 5, 6 there, back and forth. I was watching just more middle of the pack, and then before I know it, you were back at the front again, so obviously your strategy is working out just the way you played it.
Yeah, I just, it's the funny thing is you just go into these races and all I tell myself is just, have a good finish, finish in the top as best you can, whatever. And we got a run on the outside, and Denny Carroll, the 41 car, and we just hauled right to the front, and we got up there, and it's like, well, and I was trying to save gas at the same time. Then we got that other caution, and I was good. So, and then it's just kind of scatters from there. But it's a fun race. It was fun there at the end.
With the fuel mileage, were you, I mean, the yellows came out and totally negated all that stuff, but were you able to go to the end looking kind of like lap 20, 25 to go? We were kind of looking at it going, man, it's going to be tight for some of these guys.
Yeah, it was going to be, I was really bouncing from a half a can to a splash. And, I didn't, and then when that last caution came out, then I was fine. But yeah, right at the pit stop before that, I was real close.
That would have been something crazy to have to witness a splash and go with like 2 laps to go. You wouldn't even have enough time to get the thing back up to speed again.
Yeah, that's I would hate to have done that, but it was you can get in there and you can get behind some guys and you can get off the throttle and clutch a little bit real quick, and there's ways to do that, but you can only save about a lap or 2. I would be really pushing it. Mm-hmm. So you get to that point where you're watching where are you losing the lap at, and, you start doing all the math in your head, and you try to figure out what's going to work, what's not going to work. So, but yeah, it was a good race. It was a lot of fun there at the end.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. I mean, there's a lot of catastrophic accidents. We've been talking to the other guys. Like, how did your car look? Was it completely clean? Did you even get any damage?
No, I didn't have any damage. Well, there at the end, me and Denny was running together, and I seen them guys dive into the bottom. And I don't know what it is with this track, but it just seems like the bottom lane can be really good at times, and you can really hold guys off. Early in the race, we got in behind Rodney at 38, and the bottom line just took off. It's like we just checked out from everybody. So they get those 3 lines for him. It just seemed like it just checked out. We was way out in front. And but yeah, it's that bottom line. There's something special about that place.
Yeah, it is weird though. Like, I mean, it's especially yesterday in the truck race. Sometimes you get just in a perfect situation with drafting and the pushing, and you just seem to drive away from people. And then, of course, they're going to probably catch that same sort of pocket and drive by you. But as long as it all happens at the right time, you can get to the line before all of them. What did that look like in your rearview mirror? Were you just planning on holding your line at that last coming through the tri-oval there, or were you going to try to throw some blocks?
Well, when he's coming to the tri-oval, Palmer was behind me, and when we come off the tri-oval there, he got underneath of me, and he was really close, and I didn't really want to push it. If I don't win, at least get a good finish out of it. But no, it worked out pretty good, and but yeah, he's a tough one to beat. So when you can beat them guys, you know, Solons and all them guys was up there in the top. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Greg Lovell unfortunately had to retire very, very early. Got caught with his brand new paint scheme, but got caught up in the very early wreck and was forced to retire with damage. So that takes him out of the mix for tonight anyway, points wise.
Well, yeah, you know, and that's why I was going in. I think we were missing. Dan Lavelle was missing. He's on.
Yeah.
He took a provisional, and Grant Wesley wasn't here. So we had 2 guys in the top 10 weren't even going to be here. And then so
Bobby Farrell.
Bob, you know, we had a couple guys that, you know, weren't going to be here. So it's, you know, it was a good chance to get some good points tonight.
Yeah, it worked out in your favor, that's for sure. And then there's a couple guys behind you, obviously, as well. But yeah, man, always fun watching you guys run. And, you know, green flag finish. Even with all the melee that was happening this evening, a green flag finish is always a great way to end it.
Yeah, it got close to the 40 guys right there. I was watching it as you know, we do the sprints, and, you know, it was 20, 25, 30, 32, you know, 34. And I'm like, we didn't even run the last sprint race yet. But it just got right up to that 38, 37, 38 number, and it just kind of hung there. And I'm looking at the sheet, and I'm like, man, there's all kinds of guys missing. You know, I hope they don't come piling in here at the last second. But Jeff was a little anxious. He's like, Ken, you want to do qualifying right now?
Just lock it in.
Just lock it in.
Yeah, it's been a long day. I've been in front of the computer since 7:30 this morning preparing for this race, and last night's truck race was amazing. I mean, night and day compared to the racing. Ken, you could probably say the same thing. It was a weird feeling tonight for a lot of people for what they said. I felt it myself, and but it is what it is, you know. And you have your really great races, you have your decent races, and you have races like this. But they all hung in there, and I don't know what wheel means, but the car was not running very well. So
wheel will be your tires.
Is that what happened? Ken, great run, bud. I was not rooting for you, by the way. Just want to let you know I love you, man, but I was not rooting for the Green Mountain Dew. I actually told Rodney I was rooting for him, or that I rooted for the car in front of anybody in front of you. I was rooting for, but hey, great job, man. You're awesome and great. You went from like 8th on the top lane. Somehow you just got to the front, and that was it. I mean, call it a day. 6 laps to go. But Palmer did give you a run for your money, man. So. It was close, but good racing, man, and it was fun to watch. And hey, you have Craig in 3rd, up and coming guy right there. You gotta look out for that guy too. So great job tonight, man. And Brad, would you like to follow up with anything, shout outs with this champ?
Yeah, no, for sure. Of course, if you have any shout outs, but again, spectacular race for as chaotic as it was. So great job racing again, and another first place finish. So right on, man.
Yeah, my luck ran out last night in the truck race. I was just the opposite last night, so
yeah,
I think dead last almost.
Did you know who won that race in the truck race last night with them 40 trucks? I don't remember.
It was a 56.
56. I don't know. We don't know who drives it. We got to figure out who drives the 56.
56, Isn't that the guy that sponsors the league? Wasn't there some kind of a cheating scandal involved? I don't know. I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying I heard rumors and rumblings. No, it was a fine first place finish for
Brad. I think it was because I had a special paint job painted by our one and only Blaine Donlin. So
yeah, buddy,
he did. He used that illegal Canadian paint, and
that's what I was about to get to. So thanks, Blaine. Appreciate it. And I did win that race, my first truck race. So that was a lot of fun. But unfortunately, got cut off real quick. So I didn't get to do a special burnout. But anyways,
that was pretty abrupt.
Yeah, I didn't do a burnout tonight neither. I was too worried about jumping off and getting the extra replay.
That's what I said. I was going to focus on you and do the whole rundown, and then I'm thinking he left because he's grabbing the export and the replay. You don't want that server glitch again. Yeah.
Hold over and get it. Ow.
Yeah. Fool me twice.
Jeff said to me, he's like, "Don't forget to do your burnout." And I'm like, "Oh crap!" You know, and I already jumped out of the game. I was
too
like,
late.
"Oh crap!" But I don't know. I was worried about the exports.
Well, you know, we have so many burnouts in the other races. I'm sure.
Yeah,
as good as
we
Blaine,
could probably. If we were higher tech, we could probably splice them in.
Yeah, that's why I'll splice in 3 or 4 of them at the same time. There you go. But Great win, bud. Great weekend. Thanks for doing what you do for us here at Talladega Nights, and all the guys that come out, and Pops. We won't ever forget Pops and CCR. Didn't know if you know him well, Ken, but he's been keeping sim racing going for 20 years. You have a lot of good guys out there. Brad Auto Races out there, and Jeff Havoc. Is it Havoc or Havoc? But God bless all you guys, all the friends that he knows, and I'm glad we had a chance to do that for him.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch the broadcast. I personally did not know him, but you got to tip your cap to guys like that's been doing it for that long, and I'll keep a good thought for him and his family during this time.
Amen, brother. All right, Blaine, you are the man. Wrap this up with the champ.
Right on. Yeah, no, thanks again for putting on an awesome show. And we'll see you next time, Ken, because it's always fun racing with you guys or calling the race one way or the other. We'll see you on the track.
All right, man. We'll see you guys. Thanks for what you guys do. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right,
good evening. Oh, man. Well, there it is.
Game track
that was a race.
Chris is running, Bob.
Oh, me and Tom left.
Whoop, they put me up in the wrong room there. There we go. I'm back.
That's all right. I'm like,
Jeff dragged everybody up there. I'm like, why can I hear Denny talking? But carry on, Pops. John D. Snow, and passing this morning. But I have a feeling a lot of guys in their future paint schemes will be running a number 70. I believe that was his number, or a CCR graphic.
Sounded like a lot of endearing words, and was just generally nice things to be said out there, and a lot of seems like a lot of these guys knew him one way or another, so that's good, right? You got to pay tribute to that. He devoted, like I say, talked about it at the beginning, but the amount of time he would have put in to make this a broadcastable racing league on PlayStation. Again, I'm simply baffled by it.
I don't know if they were doing it, but yeah, there was people doing it, and it was guys like that would have
part of it.
But why would they do it? Because there was leagues that were racing, So I mean, he was in the infancy of like sim racing on computers. It's crazy.
And you know what? And passionate about it, and you know what? You figure out when you find out what it is you really like to do for your hobby, and you go all out. And he obviously went fully all out and learned, at the time how to set it all up. Anyways, a huge loss to any racing community. It sounds like for the amount of his involvement and his time contribution. That's what I was trying to say.
Too, it's funny when it's not funny, but when the game's been around, just even the racing sim community, it's been around since probably like a long time. When you go to the leagues and like Rolling Thunder or FSB, and you look at their websites, down the sides there'll be the retired numbers of the fallen drivers that have passed over the years. Guys who either started the leagues and passed it off, like the owners that originally started Rolling Thunder, they died, they're dead. They're gone, so they're on the website, and nobody's allowed to run their number. Like, you can't go in there and run. I don't even know what the numbers were, but there's a few guys that the numbers have been retired because they passed away, and they used to be a part of that league. So it's like, it's been around a long time, man. When guys.
Oh no, absolutely.
And Pops was an old man. I don't even know how old he was actually. I was trying to get the dates to put on the screen. Like in memoriam of Jon Snow. From here to here, but. I don't know how old he actually was, but he was an older guy, You figure he probably got into the game as an older guy and just kept on playing it, It's much like us, really. I mean, you grew up with these things, and
go easy on the older guy. I mean, still,
early
just 40s, please.
Yeah, but we've been gaming for like 30 years at least. Right?
True. No, that is true. No,
so it's crazy to think about, man. How long and the people you meet and never actually meet them in real life. You never actually meet these guys. I think Jeffrey actually knew them because they live pretty close. But
maybe on the 5th year anniversary of Tarnation TV, we hosted from like the middlemost southern part of America, where everybody can just kind of like, we'll find like a city where it's like a hub city,
Right.
And then just have a real
everybody comes to us in the middle.
A big old time. Like, you know what, everyone, like, we'll go, I don't know.
We'll be the
like,
hosers
you know,
in the tent, with the case of beer.
Exactly. Like, we'll just pitch up, and we need to plug in for our laptops and computers, and we'll just
everybody who in a big LAN party, and everybody who shows up, we probably won't know your name, so we'll call you buddy, right?
Right.
As we do. As we do, as a tradition.
Rite of passage.
Yep. Wait, what's up,
great,
buddy?
Dave.
Been a long time no see.
Just go for a rip.
Yep.
Grab a couple brews and a couple darts.
Guess what I'm doing tomorrow morning?
Sleeping in.
Going to breakfast.
Well, that's my second guess. Were you sleeping in and then getting breakfast? Or are you getting up?
Waking up early and going to breakfast.
Really? On your weekend? That's dedication,
buddy.
man. I like my sleeping time.
Yeah, I do too, but sometimes it's overrated. Get up nice and early, go to breakfast. We got a couple friends we're going to see for some bacon and eggs. And so I should probably go to bed.
Yeah, right. Well, that's
do I play NHL 2004?
It's
you
know,
bastard.
all these things to consider. Yeah.
I hate that you told me that there was a community behind that game, much like there is behind this game, and I'm like, no, there's not. Yes, there is. And I got that running, and now I'm like, now well, that's the thing.
Where am I going to find the spare time?
Yep, and Tarnation TV is a very generic name. You might actually find Brad and myself broadcasting the NHL playoffs, but we'll run it in a video game so we don't get sued.
Yeah. Allegedly.
And again, NHL 2004, the greatest hockey simulator ever made when it comes to video games. And that's why that game is still going today with updated everything. It's madness.
Abandonware and a guide. Download it if you want. Play some old school hockey like we did back in 2004.
Yep. Or play some old school NASCAR like we did back in 2003. Technically, that game would have been 2003 also, because the 2004 game would have came out in October
correct.
2003.
Yeah, it would have been
3. Yeah.
Just like the car models and the hockey leagues. 2003, 2004 series. Well, 405 series.
They're always a year ahead or a year behind or whatever.
Well,
either way.
Before we let you go off for the night, though, I just wanted to say, and it was mentioned before, but bang up job with that video before for Pops. I thought that was really cool that you're able to throw that together in like next to no time.
It was a rush.
No, yeah, but it's
Thanks, man.
It was awesome, and it was a really cool for me. And I can't speak for everyone, but for me, and I guess for those of us who maybe didn't know him, like that was an awesome clip. And like I say, you could just hear the happiness in his voice and all that. It was just it was a treat to just to be part of that, and you caught a really good moment in time there, and that was a good memory, and I'm glad you're able to share that and put it together like you did. So thank you for that. And
yeah, thanks, bud. Yeah, and Jeffrey came to me with that because I'm like, yeah, I know we did that, but I couldn't remember when. Thought it was an all-star race, and he's like, no, it was race number 1 of season 1 of Shake 'em Bake Talladega Nights Racing League, first race ever. Pops did that for them. And yeah, I went back, I clipped that clip, cut it up a little bit because there was some dead air in there. But it super, super fast, but effective, I hope. So.
No, dude, it was great. And so thanks for getting that put together, because I'm sure I've said it before here once or twice, but I literally just fix my hair, brush my teeth, and get the makeup on, sit down in front of the microphone, and prepare to spit some nonsense. And I literally, I'm just the radio version of a pretty face.
Right, exactly. That's why they put us behind the mics and not behind the cameras.
Yeah, no, all that, and the fact that I just show up, and I hesitate to call myself the talent, but I'm certainly not the behind the scenes magic either. So I just show up, talk for a bit, sign off, and say enjoy your breakfast, and then hit the sauce, and then
that's it.
The rest of it's kind of a blur. I don't know. Apparently, he wakes up in the morning, the money truck backs in, we're rich AF, and here we go. No, I just anyways, all that fun aside, it was crazy race, but yeah, thank you for letting me be a part of this as well. In addition to all that and everything that you do, and
yeah, man, no problem. Thank you for the kind words.
No, it's awesome. It's this stuff makes it more than just a racing league when it's doing the things that we're able to do for Coach, for Joey Santamont, when that got put together with Kelly Causey, putting all that stuff together, or the stuff that's going on with Jeff's dad too. Man, like.
Well, who knows what the community will do for Pops? You know, this is last minute. We threw something together quick, but I'm sure there'll be a memorial race for Pops. So
super last minute, and if we have a chance to be involved in that, again, not knowing them, but I'd be happy to be involved in that in any way, shape, or form that we could from Tarnation TV, and everybody, right? Like, sorry, who was his wife that had passed, dealing with their father's passing with cancer, and I know Jeff said his dad is struggling with some hard times, and it doesn't matter how old you are. It's still your mom and your dad. It's still, you know, it's a hard loss. Not necessarily loss, but it's hard when anyone's sick or down, or there's any kind of trouble like that. It makes you sure stop and think. And yeah, so I guess just enjoy what you can while you can, because who knows if it's going to be there in a week or a month. So yeah, it's cliche to say, you know, live every life day to your fullest, because I'm not doing that. I'm going to work and I'm just living it to like a third the fullest. But when you can, you stop and take some time in to appreciate the moments and the people that you have in your life, and don't let stupid small things become big things. Just let some stuff go, and just make the world better.
And don't be a dick.
Yeah, just make the world a better place, and
smile.
Just, you know, like we only no sense in fighting about this beer or that. Just drink it together and have some fun, or don't drink and have some more fun too. I don't care.
Yeah, or click the link in the description and join the league.
Yeah, I'm full disclosure, I'm gonna drink, but
yeah, me too, probably.
Well, yeah, but you got to get up for breakfast, so we should probably wrap this up. That was enough of that after school special Tarnation TV moment. But yeah, it sucks that everyone's got to go through some bad stuff, but if we can kind of come together and be here with each other in the middle of it, then that's what I think is so cool about this league. Honestly, it seems there's so much more than just a bunch of 40 people just getting together racing. Like, people care about each other. The community looks out for one another. I say it a lot, but I am really happy to be part of this. So I'm glad that we get a small part in this, and just to be involved. So
yeah, and Zach 103 TV on YouTube just chiming in there too. Integrity is key. That's it, man. There's no sense in living. You know, like I said, don't be a dick. It's just way more fun when you're not, and way better for everybody else around you. But yeah, if you were watching this evening's broadcast, I hope you had fun watching it. It was definitely an entertaining race. Thanks to all the drivers, of course, for coming out. Thanks for the league administration offices for putting on, this fantastic facility that we are able to do this show from, and hopefully we do it justice. So I guess my name is Blaine. That's Brad. And what do I usually say?
What's your sign off?
If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Remember, we're pulling for you. We're all on this together. Keep your stick on the ice.
Yeah, and as usual, I don't have a sign up. So, but like the next time someone upsets you, say you're driving and someone cuts you off, and you want to like reach out and punch them in the face, just pretend for a minute that maybe it's like your grandma, and then just take a deep breath and be like, oh, maybe she was just having a bad day, and then just be kind to each other. That's my hippy dippy message for the evening.